slowly rolled out towards third. Rowe comes over, cuts it off. The throw to first is not in time and is a bit wide and goes into the Abilene dugout. That one looked like it was going to be an infield single anyways. And Priest, our official scorer, calls it a hit. Reaches first, advances to second on the error. Shadowcats in business to start this first inning with a runner aboard in scoring position. No one gone, no score here in the bottom of the first.
Didn't need to rush that throw, honestly. Probably should have ate it. But instead he decides to drop his arm, go sidearm, and misses the first baseman by a handful of distance. So now runner in scoring position.
Pitching for the Flying Bison, Brady Trumbello, the righty out of Texas Tech. We've already seen a decent velo off of him. The junior out there in Lubbock. Patrick Zano at the plate, first pitch. Sees a fastball that hits the inside corner, and the count's 0-1. That time, that fastball clocked in at 88 miles per hour, so low 90s and high 80s for Trumbello. The 0-1. This one misses away, and the count's 1-1. The 6'2", 190-pound junior out of Texas Tech, native to Richfield, Washington.
He was one of the top pitchers out of Washington State in high school and then came south to Texas.
1-1 the count, and the pitch. Misses inside. Counts 2-1. I was talking with manager Kyle Dyson of the Flying Bison before. He mentioned that this pitching staff is just electric. They fill up the zone, get a lot of strikeouts, and Shadowcats trying to exploit the ones who don't. The 2-1, the pitch. This one lined over the leap of Beatty and into right field, a base hit. Priest rounding third. Here comes the throw from Smith. It's cut off. Patrick Zano with an RBI single here in the bottom of the first, and the Shadowcats strike first. It's 1-0.
And that was the first time this whole season where Sherman has taken the lead in a game before the other team. First time jumping out in front. And that changes things for the pitchers, Josh. When you're Lane Hennig coming back on the mound, he's got a sense of security that he doesn't need to handle the game on his own because his offense is plate and runs.
First pitch. Zano goes. The pitch misses, and the throw to second is well late. It's a stolen base for Patrick Zano, and the Shadowcats once again have a runner in scoring position just a pitch later. Already leading 1-0. Shadowcats drive home the first run of this game, which is brought to you by the First Texas National Bank. Real community banking since 1890.
That was Sherman's 11th steal of the season. They're 6th in the TCL, but they've been pretty active nonetheless. They have played less games, so the per-game numbers are slightly different.
First pitch, or excuse me, the 1-0 pitch is shown bunt pulled back. It misses outside. From Trumbello, who is struggling early on. Just getting knocked around by the Shadowcats. A long look in as Abilene in a bunt defense look. The 2-0. Tart shows, pulls back once again, and the pitch misses high.
Tart this season batting .125, slugging .250. He's got 1 RBI, 1 hit, and 3 strikeouts. Has not walked.
Gets the nod at the DH spot today in the 3-hole and faces a 3-0 count. The pitch runs inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to today's designated hitter. And the Shadowcats in business. That allows Davis Rivers to go talk to his pitcher, Trumbello. Which allows us to introduce the field for Abilene. Ashton Hardwig plays left field. Samson Pugh in center field. Trey Smith out in right. Briggs Rowe had that error that allowed the leadoff hitter Priest reach second. He's at third. Phoenix Mesa is at shortstop. Mesa is at shortstop. Ryan Beatty, the second baseman, Wyatt fielding at first. Davis Rivers does the catching today for Trumbello. First 3 reach for the Shadowcats, and Sherman already leads 1-0. Big first baseman Easton Ford steps up to the plate. Righty in the box sees the first pitch. Misses low and away, and the count is 1-0. Tart off of first, Zano off of second. Zano, the one who drove in the first run of this game as the Shadowcats lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-0 pitch. Misses low and away. That's 6 straight balls from Trumbello.
Top of the order doing their job, which has been a theme for Sherman. These last few games, the bottom of the order has struggled to hit. They've walked in reach base that way, but definitely something that has to go all the way through to string together a winning streak.
The 2-0 is in the zone, and the count is 2-1, an 88-mile-per-hour fastball. And Ford content to be taking all the way, forcing Trumbello to throw a strike. He's thrown 6 balls in his last 7 attempts. The 2-1. This one, a sword swing at a high fastball. Ford wanted to stop his swing, what felt like halfway through. Instead, goes through with it and faces a 2-2 count. Trumbello set. Couple of checks, comes home. This one hits sharply out to left field, hooking down the line, and it hits off the wall. Zano comes around to score. Tart moves up to second as the ball gets away from the shortstop Mesa, and Tart comes home to score. 2 runs come across on the Easton Ford double, and the Shadowcats have an early 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
And now bringing to the plate catcher number 21.
Excellent job by Ford to just wait for his pitch and then knock that one out to left. And then also Tart, the designated hitter, scoring from first base, reading the throw, noticing that it goes by, and taking advantage of the free run.
3 runs across and no one gone here in the bottom of the first inning. Charlie Boyle's at the plate. First pitch. This one looped into shallow center field. In comes Pugh, and he makes the play on the run. Nice play from the center fielders, Samson Pugh, who had to come in and made a shoestring catch. And it's finally the first out of this inning. 5 batters in, and Ford stays put at second base. So that'll bring up Donovan Arroyo as Boyles could not bring in Ford from second. First pitch to Arroyo. And that one's at the bottom of the zone, and Arroyo sees an 0-1 count, a guy who needs to get going for the Shadowcats.
For sure, Josh, he has yet to get a hit on the season. I noticed he switched up his walk-up music.
Yeah, maybe that'll do something.
Anything to get out of a slump.
The 0-1 cut on and missed, and the count is 0-2 with Ford off a second. Has a couple RBIs with that double, a couple of batters ago. 0-2 the count to Arroyo. And the pitch misses away.
He struck out 8 times so far on the season. Walked 3 times, has not come across to score.
Strikeouts in key situations have been the name of the game for the Shadowcats and partially why they're off to their 1-5 start. The 1-2 is fouled straight back, and the count remains 1-2. And manager Barry Manuel says it's all about just getting that timely hit. Well, the Shadowcats here in the first inning have gotten that timely hit, now trying to stretch across more runs.
No time like the present.
Ford a big lead off a second. Stays put, the 1-2 pitch. Wave and a miss by Arroyo. A breaking ball that just spun into the lefty's batter's box, and the righty Arroyo went waving and missing. Two straight outs for Trumbello. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Shadowcats up 3-0, and that brings up Ian McCracken.
McCracken, another guy on this Shadowcats roster who has not gotten a hit yet. There are 3 in a row in this lineup.
First pitch to him is a strike at the top of the zone.
He has reached 5 times on walk, struck out 4 though.
McCracken trying to get going for the Shadowcats with Ford out there in scoring position. The 0-1 misses away with what looked like a breaking ball. So we have this new system now And it's a sort of TrackMan-like system that tells us the speed of the pitch and what pitch it is. Now, they had that one as an 84-mile-per-hour fastball. 1-1 chopped foul, counts 1 and 2. But that one at 84 miles per hour looked like it had some bite to it. I would have put that down as a slider, Will.
It's definitely working a whole pitch mix here for Trombello as he just went back up to rounding up to 88. We'll be generous.
1-2 misses away. And apologies, it's the Win Reality system here in Sherman. And it's a beautiful system that is almost ABS-like. It tells you where the pitches are into the zone based on the batter's height and width, the 2-2. This one skied in the air into straightaway center field. Pugh a few steps back. He's under it, makes the play, and that retires the side. Not before the Shadowcats strike first. They get 3 runs on 3 hits and leave 1 on second base. We go to the second, Shadowcats leading 3-0. You're watching Sherman Shadowcats baseball on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network.
Hey Sherman fans, I'm Adam Sonero, the in-house voice of the Sherman Shadowcats at Veterans Field. Next Friday, the Shadowcats welcome in-state rival Abilene Flying Bison to the Vet. Stick around after the game for a post-game fireworks show presented by Abilene Roofing. Get your tickets online now at ShermanShadowcats.com.
Sherman Shadowcats baseball is brought to you by the Resco Welding Company. For all your contracting needs in Denison, call 903-624-1943. It's also brought to you by Clay Cooley Hyundai of Sherman. Shot me first or shot me last. Either way, come see Clay. And Abilene Roofing. Trusted roofing contractors since 1972. We go to the second inning as the Shadowcats lead 3-0, and they strike first for the first time this season. The Shadowcats now pitching with the lead. John Langhenig back out for another inning of work, facing the bottom third of the Flying Bison lineup: Phoenix Meza, Ryan Beatty, and Samson Pugh. Langhenig flows off to the batter as the umpire calling time. And ready's play. Langhenig pitching with the lead for the first time this year. And the first pitch at him misses up and in. Couldn't snap that breaking ball down. And the count is 1-0. The first inning was brought to you by the First Texas National Bank, the neighborhood bank you can count on. Here in the second inning, 1-0. This one is driven deep out to left field. Zano going back. He leaps at the wall, and that one is well out of here. Phoenix Meza, a long blast out to left, and just like that, the Flying Bison get 1. They now trail 3-1 here in the top of the second inning. There was no doubt about that one, Will.
No, there wasn't, although I appreciate Zano giving a little jump at the wall, maybe showing a little assurance to the pitcher, saying, hey, I got your back a little bit.
Yeah.
But that one drilled in. Of course, we have slightly shorter fences, Josh, as this is a former high school stadium.
Correct.
So the dimensions are a little in, and certainly a blast nonetheless. I won't take that away from him.
First pitch to Ryan Beatty, swung on and missed. Returner for the Abilene Flying Bison. The estimated dimensions out here in left field is 315 to the corners, 385 to center field. The 0-1 chopped down the third baseline foul, and the count's 0-2.
And so we have a short porch here to our right side. The fence is probably about hip height on a 5'10" guy like myself. And so no home runs have been hit that direction yet. We've got some sweets out there, but no lefties taking advantage of the short porch. It's a righty-dominant lineup for the Shadowcats.
The 0-2 misses high, counts 1-2. Yeah, and last year saw a few guys take advantage of it. And last year we also saw a guy who flipped over the wall.
Really?
The 1-2 just misses high with a breaking ball. Yeah.
Did he make the
Someone
play?
was trying to rob a home run. It was a la Torrey Hunter, if you can recall that play in Boston when David Ortiz hit the home run. 2-2 lined out into left field. Zano comes on. He plays it on a hop, and it gets behind him. Beatty rounding first, and he heads for second. And that will go down most likely as a single and an error, allowing Beatty to reach second. The first two guys aboard for the Flying Bison. Meza with the solo shot. Beatty off a second. And Abilene in business here in the top of the second, still trailing 3-1.
Usually I would say you got to check the sun as it starts to really come in out of some clouds here out third base side. That cardinal direction, Josh, off the top of your head?
Yes, the first pitch misses way high to Pugh, gets behind the catcher Boyles, who throws to third, and it gets by Babcock. Zano throwing home, and it is not in time. Cut off by Babcock. It's a stolen base and an error that allows Beatty to come all the way around to score. And it's now 3-2. The Shadowcats on top of the Flying Bison. And there's those errors, the mistakes for the Shadowcats. Can't let those mount up. And Barry Manuel says it's the little things. Shadowcats not doing the little things well here in the second.
No, Josh, that was one mistake leading to another.
As the 1-0 skied high in the air behind first base into foul territory. Ford giving chase, can't get there.
One mistake
That's
after
1-1.
One mistake after another, Josh, and that one took a very generous bounce off the backstop to where if Boyles puts that throw on the money, Beatty might have been out at third.
And you think about it, if that entire Beatty sequence was played correctly, you should just be at first. You have Zano who misplayed a, albeit tough, line drive. The 1-1 just misses low, counts 2-1. A tough sinking line drive in left field. He was kind of in between on if he wanted to go grab it or play it off a hop. And then because he was in between, it allowed the ball to get behind him. So Beatty reaches second, the 2-1. Big wave and a miss, and the count is 2-2. And then you have the wild pitch from Langenig. But as you mentioned, a fortunate bounce to Boyles. It would have been a tough play at third, but maybe just uber aggressive that time. And Babcock couldn't corral the throw. It was low and to his right. It allows Beatty to come home. So it's 3-2, the Flying Bison. 2-2 to the 9-hole Pew, misses low.
It's unfortunate. Two runners faced, 2 runs across to score, and the first game was a 4-5 loss for the Shadowcats. The next 9-10 loss with all sorts of flips and dips and lead changes.
Payoff pitch. Line down the third base line, hooks foul. And a lot of different lead changes, and yesterday's game was wild. Of course, the Flying Bison winning via the walk-off. It was Hardwig, the one who had the walk-off sacrifice fly. But the Shadowcats felt like they could have and should have won both games. Payoff pitch. Skied high in the air, back of second base. Arroyo and Ford going out. It's the first baseman Ford who makes the play, and the only reason he did was because he was just taller than the second baseman Arroyo. Kind of Randy Mossed him.
He definitely mossed him. Get mossed. But couldn't quite hear them calling each other off. Not exactly a loud day at the ballpark to where some screaming could get lost. The sun is definitely an aspect on balls hit to the right field side, and I wonder if that kind of played a little bit of a piece in that confusion.
First pitch to Ashton Hardwig is bunted, fouled on the third base line. 0-1 the count. So, yeah, I mean, that is theoretically Arroyo's ball. As the second baseman, he has priority, had a better angle than the first baseman Ford, but I guess Ford just relying on himself, and I don't think Ford is the type of guy. He's standing at 6'4", 230.
You don't
the
want
type of guy who is okay with maybe feeling a bump here or there and not being worried about losing the ball. As the 0-1 is looped into left field and down for a base hit off the bat of Hardwig.
Yeah, Ford's got the dimensions of a pickup truck.
We were joking around before the game on, anyone on the team, who would you least like to see running at you? Will, I have to go Easton.
Easton, it doesn't matter if he's running, walking, jogging, maybe even going backwards towards me. I still think I would be plenty afraid of Easton Ford. He's a big fella, but he's a gentle giant.
Yeah, I like the term, gentle giant.
Gentle giant.
Hardwig off of first. He goes, and the pitch is chopped foul behind Kyle Dyson, the third base coach and manager for the Abilene Flying Bison.
So, again, Abilene least steals out of any team in the TCL, but today with Lane Henig's slow delivery to the plate, they seem to be going, Josh.
They do, but Boyles also, we've seen him be very athletic behind the plate. A few caught stealings for him as he's ready to throw. Hardwig back in diving off the pickoff attempt from Langhenig. It gets passed forward, and it trickles into the bullpen area. And are they allowing Hardwig to get to third on that? It should just be one base. Home plate umpire and field umpire going to converge to talk. So Langhenig threw it away into the bullpen. And per the rules here in Sherman, the ground rules, the bullpen is out of play. So when a ball goes out of play, you should get one free base. And because Hardwig wasn't stealing on the play, he should just be awarded second base, and they're going to send him back to second.
Okay, there we go. A little bit of confusion. I think our home plate umpire and our infield umpire had a miscommunique.
And I think it was Hardwig who was just trying to take matters into his own hands, because the field umpire originally awarded just second base, and Hardwig was like, well, let me see if I can test it and get to third.
I suppose it is a dead ball there, but there is a theory of nobody's looking at me. I'll swipe another bag.
Why not?
Why not?
But it's another error in this inning that allows a runner in a scoring position, and Briggs Rowe at the plate. First pitch, or excuse me, the 0-1 pitch misses high.
2 innings, 2 errors for Sherman. First inning, very clean. Second inning, not so much.
Goes down as an E1. So far an E1 and an E2 on the evening. 1-1 hit sharply down the line, foul. And the count is 1-2. Hardwig was going on that one again, trying to take third base. But the count is 1-2. Langhenig is getting knocked around, getting timed up very well right now. Abilene is early on his high 80s fastball, what seems to be.
And our win reality system is also giving us hit distances, rather.
1-2. This one hit well. Deep out to left field. Zano back, track, wall, out of here! A 2-run shot for Briggs Rowe. And the Flying Bison flip the script. They now lead it 4-3 here in the top of the second inning. A 372-foot bomb off the bat of Rowe. And Abilene comes back with 4 runs in the second to take the lead.
That'll bring to the plate catcher number 21, Davis Rivers.
2 home runs in the inning.
By land, by sea, by long ball for the Flying Bison. Certainly flying today, Josh, or at least taking flight.
Manager Barry Manuel, the Shadowcats, going to come talk to his pitcher Langhenig, who we mentioned free bases being the issues for the Shadowcats. Well, not today. Shadowcats just being tagged by the Flying Bison so far. Now, no action in the bullpen. If you're Barry Manuel, what do you think you're saying to your pitcher Langhenig right now?
Well, we've got a little bit of action going out there. I see a few people moving up to warm. I don't believe they'd be coming in this inning. I think it's a matter of pitch count. But what I think he's saying to Langhenig is staying with what he's been doing. You tell him, hey, no free bases. If you're manager Barry Manuel, I feel like you can't be too upset. That's just 2 good at-bats. Maybe it's missing on your pitches, but I would rather him keep doing what he's doing and at least have his defense make a play, because I believe his defense has let him down.
And no defense letting him down on that one, though, as that last home run by Rowe, the official exit velo, 98 off the bat, 372 feet on a hanging 78-mile-per-hour breaking pitch that time from Langhenig.
Breaking balls got to break, and when they don't, they are just meatballs. Some batting practice for the Flying Bison.
First pitch to Davis Rivers misses up. And the count is 1-0. Rivers, definitely a guy who can get a hold of one. Again, as we mentioned, last year whenever the Shadowcats welcomed Rivers and the Flying Bison, in a 4-game series, he had a home run in every single game. Davis Rivers loves playing in this field. Sees the 1-0. And this one's skied foul. And the count is 1-1. Rivers, the senior out of Texas Tech.
He's catching today, and he, on the season, 211 with a 483 on-base percentage. He struck out 7 times, but walked 10. He's top 5 in the league in walks.
1-1 misses up and away, counts 2-1. You can definitely sense that Langhanig is at least attacking the hitters, but there's the whole notion of being competitive in the zone as the 2-1 comes home. Chopped foul towards the first base dugout. The right fielder, Trey Smith, was in the hole there, as they say in baseball. He's due up not the next batter, but the batter after, and he was trying to make the play, couldn't corral it one-handed. So 2-2 the count to the lefty Rivers. The pitch bounced in there, and the count runs full. But it feels like ever since, you can make the argument, the Mesa home run, and then obviously the Rowe home run that just happened, Langhanig definitely around the zone, not as much. Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. After giving up the 2-run home run, comes back with a strikeout of Davis Rivers. There's 2 gone here in the top of the second, 4-3 Abilene on top. An 87-mile-per-hour fastball just above the zone. That was a tough one for Rivers to lay off of.
He is up to pitch just about 40 here, 42, and this will be pitch 43. The arm's kind of wearing a bit.
First pitch to Fielding is a strike on the outer half. So they have that one at 79 miles per hour, but they have it as a fastball, but it looks like that pitch had some break to it.
Don't quite think that one was a fastball.
The 0-1 looped into shallow center field. In comes Samuelson. He makes the play on the run to retire the side. Not before 4 runs come across here in the top of the second on 4 hits. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-3, Abilene on top. You're watching Sherman Shadowcats baseball on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network. Bottom of the second inning, Shadowcats trailing the Flying Bison 4-3 after the 4-run top of the second. We go to the bottom half. This second inning is brought to you by Wall to Wall Cleaning, the premier commercial cleaning solution for Grayson County and the surrounding areas. We don't cut corners, we clean them. Shadowcats now trailing 4-3 after the big 2-home run inning for the Flying Bison in the second. First pitch here to Camden Babcock, runs inside and gets him on the back, right between the numbers, and leadoff hitter aboard for the Shadowcats here in the bottom of the second inning, trying to tie up this one-run deficit.
For our TrackMan fans, that ball went 10 feet and came off the batter at 8.4 miles an hour.
And a 80-mile-per-hour cutter, and I think Babcock happy to take one for the team there. First pitch, Samuelson showing bunt, and he gets it down right back to the pitcher, and Trumbello doesn't throw it to first, instead thinks about throwing it behind Babcock at second. It's a bunt single, and the Shadowcats once again in business here in the bottom of the second, the first two batters aboard.
Fourth time's the charm for Samuelson. 3 unsuccessful bunt attempts this year. Fourth time, not only moving the runner over, but he also reaches base.
And lineup flips back to the top to Mason Priest as the Shadowcats have that tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run at first. Priest shows bunt, gets it down the first base line. Fielding comes in, thinks about throwing it to third, instead throws it to first. The second baseman, Beatty, wasn't touching the bag.
That'll load up the bases for left fielder number 19.
Small ball working for the Shadowcats. And they had the bases loaded with no one gone here in the bottom of the second, trying to tie up this game. It's 4-3 Flying Bison. The Shadowcats in business.
We know Sherman works on the bunting every single day ahead of games, and now it's starting to pay off after the first couple of series where they've been pretty unsuccessful.
Patrick Zano at the plate had an RBI single his last time up, sees a slider that misses up, and the count is 1-0. They called it a hit, a bunt single for Samuelson, or excuse me, for Priest, the 1-0. This one rolled on the ground towards second, could be two. Beatty flips it to Meza, throw to first in time, and they double up Zano. But a run does come across, and this game, once again, knotted up. It's 4-4 here in the bottom of the second. Abilene content to trading 2 outs for 1 run. And the Shadowcats have scored in each of the first 2 innings, but it is 4-4 here in the second. So now 2 gone, Noah Tart at the plate. He walked his last time up, trying to drive home Samuelson. First pitch to him. Breaking ball at the very bottom of the zone, and the count is 0-1. That one looks like it was below the zone. A very nice frame from Davis Rivers, the catcher, going down and bringing his glove up to catch it. The 0-1. Big wave and a miss, and the count is 0-2 to Noah Tart, the designated hitter today, trying to get going for the Shadowcats on the year. What better time than now with a runner 90 feet away, representing the go-ahead run early here in the bottom of the second.
I've been a fan of this small ball in this league. Infields haven't exactly been daunting.
0-2 misses low and away.
And so, Josh, I think if Sherman continues to challenge this infield for Abilene, make them make those throws over to first, the challenge throws, the throws on the run, they might be in business.
1-2. This one hit up the middle and through into center field, a base hit. Samuelson comes home to score, and the Shadowcats flip the script on the flipped script. It's now 5-4 here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 runs across in this bottom half. And the Shadowcats bats waking up. 5 runs, not even through 2 innings. And that time, it was Tart who just kind of flared that one off the hands up the middle. Meza, the shortstop, gave reach towards it, but just too slow and too far away from it. And now Tart goes. Pitch misses low. No throw from Rivers. He couldn't get a grip on it. And it's a stolen base for Tart. He's in scoring position for Easton Ford. Had that 2 RBI double his last time up.
And Ford's a guy who definitely has the power. He's hitting over 333 on the season. No home runs yet for Mr. Ford.
1-0. Tart goes again. Pitch is a strike. Throw to third. Not in time. It pulled Rowe up the bag towards the second base side of third. It's a stolen base for Tart. He's 90 feet away. And the count's 1-1 to Easton Ford as that pitch was called a strike.
Again with the small ball. I'm impressed.
The 1-1. in the zone with a breaking ball.
You don't need to go yard to win baseball games, and that's, I think, the new misconception in the MLB these last 10 years. You've seen a lot more of a shift to the long ball, but here in summer college ball, put runners on.
1-2, hit sharply into right center field. It gets down for a base hit. Tark comes home to score, and it's an RBI single for Easton Ford, and the Shadowcats have 3 in the bottom of the second. They lead it 6-4. Just a good piece of hitting with 2 strikes for Easton Ford. Saw a fastball away, went with it, and got it to drop in front of Pugh. It's another RBI. He has 3 on the day. First pitch into Boyles, misses up and in. Easton Ford has been on fire for the Shadowcats recently.
He has, and today a single and a double. He's got the easy part of the cycle out of the way.
The 1-0. Misses inside, counts 2-0. And Easton, of course, has been a part of this rivalry between the Shadowcats and Flying Bison now for the past 2 years. As Drumbello comes home with a 2-0. Chopped foul off the body of Boyles, and the count is 2-1. So Ford understands that, it's going to take some hitting in this game. These two teams, lots of runs between them. This is very typical Flying Bison versus Shadowcats. We saw a 10-9 game yesterday between these two teams, and it's already 10 runs combined in this game. We're not even through the second inning. The 2-1 at the bottom of the zone, and the count is 2-2. With 2 gone here in the bottom of the second, Shadowcats lead by 2. Trumbello set at the belt, kicks and fires. This one fouled straight back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Last year, there was a lot of action between these two teams. The second game of the year between these two teams saw an 18-run second inning from the Shadowcats, en route to a big win for Sherman. The 2-2 just misses inside. And last year, going into that series, it was a 4-game set. Back in the Mid-America League, they played 4-game sets, along with 3-game sets. And back in those days, there was a lot of talk, as, of course, these rivals. Payoff pitch. This one fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Last year, there was the rivalry with, of course, manager Kyle Dyson of the Flying Bison, and then manager Chris Johnson of the Shadowcats, who used to coach with the Flying Bison. So this rivalry was alive and well, and the Shadowcats came out with 18 runs in an inning. Payoff pitch once again. Slow roller towards third. Rowe fields it, throws on the run in time to get Boyles, and that retires the side. Not before the Shadowcats once again strike in the second inning. They get 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 runner left on base. We go to the third. Shadowcats up 6-4. You're watching Sherman Shadowcats baseball on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network. Shadowcats baseball is brought to you by Jake Shockley State Farm. Call 903-462-0152 for your local agent for home and auto in Denison and Sherman. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Shadowcats also would like to invite you to come out to Fireworks Friday tomorrow night. It's also Mascot Day, so come visit Shade the Shadowcat and other mascots in the area and the Sherman and Denison area. Be sure to get your tickets online now at ShermanShadowcats.com as the Shadowcats welcome their in-state foe, the Abilene Flying Bison, once again tomorrow. And brought to you by Clay Cooley Hyundai of Sherman. Shot me first, shot me last. Either way, come see Clay. We go to the third inning. Shadowcats leading 6-4, here to bring you the action in the third and fourth. My friend, Will Clifford. Will, it's been a minute since we've talked.
It has been just about a minute, and we're back in Veterans Field. Sherman leading 6-4 after a 3-run second inning. The pitcher, John Lang-Henning, is staying in the game for the Shadowcats despite being at upwards of 44 pitches. And his first batter faced in the third will be Trey Smith, the right fielder. Smith, the righty, settles in and watches a first pitch for a strike.
Check it out, fans. Shade's making his way through the stands. If you see him, grab a picture. He's been practicing his poses all day.
Lang-Hennig, a guy who can pitch well into a game, Josh.
He can, and pitch count up, but I'd like to see him maybe eat up a couple more innings here.
As he's now ahead in the count 0-2.
Got knocked around in the second inning, but has done a good job at being in the zone and just being competitive with it for the Shadowcats.
It's time for Smith to shorten up. The 0-2 swung on, chopper, fielded by Priest at the fringe of the grass. He throws over to Ford, who misses the scoop. So Smith reaches safely. That will more likely than not be ruled a single, as he might have made it even ahead of the throw.
That one was close, and Priest does a good job of reaching towards, I don't know what the official score is going to be. It feels like you go either way, single or error, but we're going to go as an error. It'd be on the throw from Priest, probably.
Pickoff back, not in time. Smith in safely. And so now the new batter, Burho, the lefty, stands in with the runner aboard for the Bison. Lang-Hennig doesn't feel like pitching yet. He goes off for another pickoff attempt, but well late. Burho designated hitting today. The lefty stands with his right foot outside of his left foot, an open stance. Runner goes. Pitch or throw down to second is not in time. So a stolen base for Abilene. Smith works his way to second. And now a runner in scoring position. Sherman still leading 6-4 in the top of the third.
And Boyles, the catcher that time, electing to throw from the knees. Interesting if that really eliminates that much time, because it eliminates the throw power on him.
The 1-0 home, fouled all the way back and out of play.
So if Boyles pops up there, maybe he can get a stronger throw off to gun down Smith, but felt the need to throw from his knees and
Josh, I don't know if
didn't get all of the mustard on that throw.
I don't know if he would have caught him anyways. It was a very good jump. All right. Now the 1-1 home misses outside, 2-1. It was a fastball. Lang-Hennig rearing up in the high 80s, 88 on that heater. So still chugging along. So he checks the runner on second, throws the 2-1 in the dirt. Count moves up to 3-1. Last time up, Trey Smith Reese Burho flew out to second. Smith leads off on second. He walked in his first at-bat. Now, after an infield single, leads off behind the pitcher. Being held on by Priest, the shortstop. Checks the runner. Now Hennig kicks and deals high. 4-pitch walk.
It should be.
It should be. We're having some scoring issues with the umpire, who might the batter of the umpire.
Burrow didn't know how many balls there were. And also, the umpires missed a balk there. Lang-Hennig almost started going towards the plate and then stopped himself as he was looking at the runner on second, Smith, bouncing around. So Langhennig lucky to get away with the one there.
That brings up the home run hitter, Phoenix Meza, who starts with a tight stance, his knees almost touching, and then he steps all the way out, lunging towards the pitcher. He watches the first pitch in for a strike. Sent that one 372 per our Win Reality machine. However, I did notice it put the distance in before the ball landed. As now a pickoff attempt to second, Lane Hennig will step off, won't throw.
Well, that's how those things work now. Because you can track it. It's based off exit velocity.
Calculus.
And yes, you can. It's all math. So you don't need to see the ball land.
Another pickoff attempt back to second. Lane Hennig is well distracted by Smith out there.
And Smith doing a good job of bouncing around. Now, with the runner on second base, sometimes that can be counterproductive. Sometimes the hitters don't like that.
The 0-1 home. Misses 1-1. Sherman leading 6-4 here. There are no outs. In the top of the third, John Lane Hennig on the mound for your Shadowcats. He's up to pitch just about 55. Exactly 55, rather. Hennig will check the runner, flip back and throw once more. It goes into center field. Smith moving over, takes third, standing up. Was hesitant at first because he thought Samuelson was closer in, backing up Arroyo, the second baseman. He was not. And so now runners at the corner.
That's the third error in the game on the Shadowcats. And then two of them have come from Langhennig, who, I get it, you have to keep tabs on the run game, but he's being uber aggressive trying to get guys out on the base pass whenever, you can check in on runners and hold them without having to throw to bases.
Steal from first to second by Burho. No throw from Boyles behind the plate. Catcher's indifference. And now two in scoring position. Burho on second, Smith on third. Nobody out here in the top of the third. All of that seems to rhyme. Kick, the pitch. Hefty swing on a fastball. And so Meza now in a 2-2 count, a ballerina count. Hennig agrees to the pitch, kicks and deals. That one a liner, first base side fair. McCracken coming on slowly to make the play. 2 runs will score as Smith and Burho both cross. It's a 2 RBI double for Phoenix Meza. And now another new ball game, 6-6 here in the top of the third.
That seems like it's going to be the end of the line for Langhennig, who is just getting knocked around. That one a tough one. It wasn't hit all too well, only 91 off the bat, but just got past Ford, who was playing in on the infield grass. So just a tough one, tough outing for Langhennig today.
And we will step aside, but when we come back, Sherman tries to keep Abilene off the board in a 6-6 ball game. You are listening to the TCL TV, or watching the TCL TV network and listening on this Jake Shockley State Farm audio network. Hey friends, welcome back into Veterans Field. I'm Will Clifford, joined alongside Josh Radjanov, and you're listening to the Jake Shockley State Farm Audio Network or watching on TCL TV. Either way, we welcome you back into the ballpark. The third inning is brought to you by 903 Brewers, crafted to perfection. Please drink responsibly. So the new pitcher for the Sherman Shadowcats is Cade Poles. Poles standing at 6'3", 160, a lean feller, the southpaw as well, from Sherman, Texas, and he will be a rising freshman heading out to Genesee Community College.
And for the Shadowcats, this is a tough ask. You're asking your bullpen to go 7 innings, basically, the rest of the way. And if you're Langhennig, you just kind of got beat around. It happens. Sometimes you just get knocked around as a pitcher. But now it's really on the Shadowcats bullpen, who has been decent, but it feels like the Shadowcats bullpen has not been contagious yet. It's been a lot of individuals who have been good, and then some individuals who have been bad of the bullpen. So the Shadowcats needing to be consistent for 7 innings here down the stretch.
His first pitch upstairs, 1-0.
It's hard whenever you're coming out of the bullpen, especially considering a lot of these guys probably started either at college or out of high school. So it's just a new form. Cade Poles is just finished up his senior year at high school.
Meza now steals third, the throw down. Good jump by Babcock just to contain it. He had to range all the way to his left just to keep that one from going out to Zano and left. So a successful stolen base. Meza at third. Tie ball game here, all sixes. Nobody down in the top of the third. So Poles inheriting a runner in scoring position. See kicks and deals. 2-0 upstairs. Count moves to 3-0.
And there's something about learning how to pitch out of the bullpen. If you're a guy like Poles, again, just finished up his senior year, he was most likely a starter throughout his time at high school, especially being a lengthy left-hander who throws mid-80s.
3-0 outside, so 4-pitch walk, and Poles now has runners at the corners.
So when you're a guy and that fastball reach upwards of 86, 87 miles per hour, when you're a guy like Poles, you're most likely starting in high school. This guy's a crafty left-hander who throws decently hard for an incoming freshman from the left side. But when you're a guy like Poles, it's a whole new ball game learning how to pitch out of the bullpen consistently. He has yet to make a start for the Shadowcats, and that's something that the youngster is probably going to have to learn.
As first pitch to our new batter, Samson Pugh, the 9th batter in the Abilene order, watching for a ball. So 5 straight balls to start this appearance.
It's the same thing we saw from Poles his last time he came out of the bullpen.
Pugh watches strike 1. So 1-1 the count to Pugh. Pugh yet to get a hit on the year. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts.
I wouldn't be surprised if Beatty is going early here, first and third, trying to get that run across.
Runner goes. No pitch to second. Catcher very indifferent today. Boyles keeps that one because if he overthrows there, runner from third is probably going. That runner is Meza. So Meza on third, Beatty on second, and Pugh at the plate in a 2-1 count.
I was never a fan of whenever catchers wouldn't throw on a first and third play, at least somewhere. Like, make a throw somewhere. You know what I mean?
The 2-1 chopper foul, 2-2.
And I get it. You don't want that run to come across if you throw all the way to second. But if it's a strong enough throw, theoretically, that runner from third, that runner from third, if you're a second baseman or shortstop, you can cut it off and then throw home.
Yeah.
If the throw is strong enough. But I always thought you should do something.
In this situation, I think it's the fear of error, which I think is a justified fear for the Shadowcats team. The 2-2 home. Just missing the zone there. Boyles thought he got strike 3 behind the plate. Pugh thought he got ball 3. Pugh wins that one. It's 3-2. So a payoff on the way to Samson Pugh, the 9-hole. trying to flip the lineup over with no outs here in the top of the third. A 6-6 ball game. The payoff pitch is driven to right field. McCracken watching it go foul. Just about 15 feet short of the foul pole and just about 4 or 5 feet right of that first base foul line.
You could hear Boyles, the catcher, yelling, you got room, to the right fielder, McCracken. I think McCracken not ultra aggressive to get to that foul ball because if he caught it, more likely than not, a run comes home to score.
A smart play from McCracken, possibly. Payoff pitch number 2, liner. Just missed by a diving Priest. He extended, couldn't get it, so 1-run plates for Abilene. The Flying Bison take the lead 7-6 here in the top of the third.
This is such a Shadowcats versus Flying Bison game. Just hits rolling, base runners running, and pitchers struggling just to get outs. That's tough on Poles. He's trying to throw a 3-2 pitch, and a good job by Zeno, the left fielder, to get that one in quickly, making sure only 1 run comes across. But
scoreboard operators really having themselves a day. First pitch in. Runner goes. No throw from Boyle. So Hartwig watches, and Pugh steals second successfully. So now Pugh's on second and Beatty on third.
And the reason I say that, I wish catchers would throw down, because it's not just the Shadowcats. It's everywhere on these first and third plays.
The 1-0 home. Fouled high in the air. Boyles coming on. That goes out of play and bounces into the stands.
Because if Boyles throws that one down, and let's say he gets him out, at least you're giving an effort. But it feels like every single time there's runners on first and third, it's basically saying there's going to be runners on second and third. You're gifting them second base. Whereas at least if you know if there's a threat of throwing, maybe it limits the amount of times that an opposing team will try to steal. But sometimes there's not even close to an effort of throwing.
Hartwig standing into the 1-1 count. The kick, the pitch, high and outside, 2-1.
We saw a first and third play, and I believe it was Boyles who was catching that game. We saw a first and third play where the Shadowcats decided to throw it behind the runner at third and got a guy out that way. So you could even do that, but I've always been in favor of throwing it somewhere and trying to steal an out if you can.
The 2-1 is skied in the air. First baseman Ford coming on and makes the play in near foul territory. So first out of the inning after 3 runs have scored. And so that will bring up to the plate Briggs Rowe.
Good job by Poles to settle back in and command the zone after he gave up that 4-pitch walk out of the bullpen. And still has a lot of work to be done getting out of this inning. Obviously, Briggs Rowe had the 2-run shot his last time up. Interesting body language right now from Poles on the mound. He had his hands on his hips and breathing heavily.
His first pitch in. Catching the zone for a strike. Rowe watches it by. Yeah, Josh, and different players kind of have different ways to reset themselves. Maybe it's a calm down technique where he's just trying not to let the adrenaline get the best of him. The 0-1 in. Fouled straight back. Now Poles is ahead 0-2.
Well, despite, he seems to have calmed down. And
throwing strikes.
Yeah, takes another big breath. That one seems like more like a calm down big breath, but gets ahead of Rowe here. You have to get ahead of a guy like Rowe and just be competitive with him. But 2 straight breaking balls. Curious to see what he comes with here.
The 0-2 home. High, way upstairs. 1-2. I think part of the matter here is you just don't want to get behind on this part of the lineup. Hartwig, Rowe, Rivers, and Fielding, all guys who can crush you. And with runners on, they'll crush you. They don't have to hit the long ball to jump in front, Josh. It's just anything on the ground could do damage. So the 1-2 is upstairs again, so 2 straight strikes and now 2 straight balls.
And these are guys that are hard to put away, right? These are D1 hitters. Like Briggs Rowe is a D1 hitter. He's at Oregon, out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. So these guys are tough to put away. So you kind of have to pitch to contact in that sense and pitch ahead.
The 2-2. This one lined foul. Second time this at-bat, he sent one towards McCracken in right, but missing fair territory by a couple of feet.
And if you're Rowe, again, D1 hitter, you've now seen 6 pitches in this at-bat. So the likelihood of him striking out just gets less and less based on how many pitches he's seen. He's seen everything from Poles.
The 2-2. Big breaking ball, missing the zone. So 3 straight balls, or rather two balls, a foul ball, and now a ball that fills the count. So the runners will stay put on second and third. It's Beatty on second, Pugh on second, Beatty on third. Sherman trailing 7-6 here in the top of the third. The kick, the pitch, fouled back, so we'll reset. A long at-bat for Briggs Rowe, who's just working this count, Josh.
This is what good hitters do and D1 hitters do. And this is a really good test for Poles coming out of high school. A guy who, as we mentioned, a star here at Sherman High School. And it's just a tough test facing a guy like Briggs Rowe, putting him away. It's hard.
Payoff pitch. This one, chopper, third base side. Babcock will check the runner and go to first and make the play. Smart move by Babcock to hold Beatty at third so the runners stay put. An infield single, and that might be all she wrote for Poles.
Well, that was a tough battle from Poles, and man, he's looking at his left arm at his elbow. I mentioned that he seemed uncomfortable. Like, he definitely seemed, but prior to that last at-bat, he had his hands on his hip. He seemed like he was in some sort of discomfort and is flexing his left arm. That is not something that you want to see. Barry Manuel talking to him, and that's going to be the end of line for Poles. And now this hope is that he's okay. Again, he was looking at the inside of his left elbow.
All right, so we'll step away here as the new pitcher for your Sherman Shadowcats warms up here in Veterans Field. You, my friends, are watching TCL TV, or you're listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Audio Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back in, Shadowcats fans. Sherman is trailing 7-6 to the visiting Abilene Flying Bison. Abilene has scored 7 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Sherman has scored 6 on 7 hits and 3 errors. So we're in the top of the third. Sherman has given up 3 runs so far, and the third pitcher enters the game for the Shadowcats. It's Caden Becker, a 6-foot righty out of New Braunfels, Texas, just around San Antonio. He's got a 13.5 ERA on the season, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks, and has given up 1 home run in just .2 innings of work. He inherits a runner on second, which is Pugh, and a runner on third, which is Beatty. So with 2 down here, he will make hope to make quick work of the new batter, Rivers. Davis Rivers, the catcher today, standing at 6'1". So Rivers, the lefty, settling in, and now Becker goes to work. First pitch outside for a ball.
These are two very tough hitters in succession to get out. And Rivers, you've done pretty well against him today. He's 0 for 2, even has a strikeout, but man, this is a tough guy to get out in this situation.
Becker, a righty, so going from Poles the lefty to Becker the righty. The 1-0 is outside. Count moves to 2-0.
Mid-80s fastball for Becker and a mid-70s breaking pitch as well. Call it a curveball. So Becker not going to light up the radar gun, but definitely a guy who can be crafty.
Transferring to Southwestern Baptist this year. As the 2-0 spiked in the dirt, runner coming home, and Boyles can't flip it back in time, so he will score. Beatty crosses the plate, and Abilene now leads 8-6 in the top of the third.
So Abilene 2 4-run innings, Sherman 2 3-run innings. Of course, Abilene nothing in the first inning after they had bases loaded, so this is, I cannot explain how this is just Sherman Shadowcats versus Flying Bison baseball.
The 3-0 pitch in the dirt, so Becker enters the game and walks the first guy he faces in 4 pitches. He is now the second Sherman Shadowcats pitcher to do that against the first batter he faces. So that will bring up Wyatt Fielding. Runners at the corners, Rivers at first and Pugh at third. Fielding, the big righty, standing in and watching. First pitch for a strike. Fielding loads all the way back in the batter's box as he swings on one and sends it high in the air to center field. Samuelson coming on, called off by the shortstop Priest. A long way to
Lily
go.
Mays.
Priest makes the play, so nobody bats around, but it'll be Trey Smith to lead off in the 4th for Abilene when they come up.
All right,
As for Sherman, they're trailing 8-6, hoping to put up another 3 spot as they keep leapfrogging back and forth. You, my friends, are listening to Sherman Shadowcats Baseball on the Jake Shockley State Farm Audio Network. And if you're watching, you're doing it on TCL TV. Don't go anywhere. More baseball coming up.
All right.
Welcome back in, Shadowcats fans. Sherman Shadowcats are trailing Abilene Flying Bison 8-6 here as we enter the bottom of the third. Brady Trumbello stays on the mound as he starts pitching to the first batter of the inning for Sherman, number 20, Donovan Arroyo, still searching for his first hit. First pitch, catching the zone for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 fouled back, Arroyo in a hole, 0-2. Donovan, in his first at-bat, also struck out.
That's 9 strikeouts on the year for him, and just feels like a big swing. Just needs to shorten up.
As he fouls one high in the air, third baseman Rowe comes on and makes the play. So one down here for the Shadowcats in the bottom of the third. That will bring up Ian McCracken, the right fielder.
23, Ian McCracken.
Shadowcats still needing to get something going on offense. Just this game keeps on going back and forth, and these two teams, they love to hit.
Makes me think that you're going to need to score 20 to win this one.
Yeah, it feels like it.
First pitch to McCracken in there for a strike. Ian McCracken has also not hit on the season. This threesome of Arroyo, McCracken, and Babcock, no hits. As the 0-1 outside, count even at 1-1. Sherman trailing 8-6 in the bottom of the third. McCracken's first time up flew out to center field. So that one just missing, 2-1. Some Abilene fans kind of scattered around us. Kind of hoping that one caught the zone. It did not. So Mr. McCracken continues working. On-base percentage of .333 due to his 5 walks as he chops one foul on the third base side. Rowe fielded it anyways out of safety.
That one was foul. It was
foul all the way.
Yep.
But tight to the line nonetheless. And it can go foul and come back fair as long as it's fair before the bag. So let's say it hits a weird bump, which we have a couple of those here at Veterans
safe
Field.
to say.
A beautiful stadium nonetheless. If you haven't visited, I implore you come and take a look in North Texas as McCracken sends one to right field. Smith moving under it and makes the play. 2 down quickly in succession for Abilene, or for Sherman. Now Abilene, chance to go 1-2-3. Camden Babcock, the third baseman, is the new batter.
That would be big from Trumbello to get a shutdown inning that neither team has been able to find today.
And Trumbello's pitch count, about to throw his 58th pitch of his appearance. His 58th is in for a strike. And generally, these teams like to cap their guys around 60 pitches.
Abilene will let their guys go.
That's what I was about to go to, although Abilene likes to run their guys if they're throwing strikes, as that one is not a strike, it's a ball, so 1-1. And the thing is for Abilene here is they've given up 3 runs in each of the innings, so it's not like they're limiting pitch counts. The 1-1. Line drive hops on its way to Beatty, the second baseman. He throws casually to fielding at first, and so a 1-2-3 inning, and Abilene a chance to tack on to their lead. We move to the top of the fourth. You, my friends, are listening to Sherman Shadowcats Baseball on the Jake Shockley State Farm Audio Network, and if you're watching it, you're watching TCL TV. Welcome back, Shadowcats fans. We are now in the top of the fourth. Sherman trailing 8-6 on a overcast but humid evening in beautiful North Texas. As Tyler Carnes once told me, where would you rather be? Nowhere. Veterans Field is the place to be tonight, a high-scoring affair. And the new batter for Abilene is Trey Smith, who started the rally, the 4-run rally for Abilene last inning. Smith sees it for a ball. The pitcher is still Becker on the mound working his stuff. That was a 73-mile-an-hour curveball. Couldn't drop it into the zone, though. Becker set, kick, pitch. Driven, right field. McCracken at the wall, see ya! A solo shot. Trey Smith from downtown. Abilene leads 9-3 in the top of the fourth.
And that one, an interesting one, as it hit the very top of that short porch. You mentioned it earlier. We haven't seen one this season over that short porch, but if it's just benefit of who takes advantage. If it's not a short wall out there in right field, then that one hits the wall, it keeps it in the ballpark. Instead, it hits the top of the wall, and the Shadowcats surrender a home run.
The new lefty at the plate is Burho, who swings mightily at a breaking ball, just about 80 miles an hour into the zone. So 0-1 the count to Burho. It's the third home run of the game for Abilene. The kick, the pitch from Becker, catching, strike 2. Apologies, folks. Some issues with our scoreboard here, but it is a 9-6 ball game. That one runs in and hits him, so free base for Burho. The Price taking an 85-mile-an-hour heater to the back.
Not the way you want to start an inning if you're the Shadowcats. After you go 1-2-3, hitting the Shadowcats, start this inning in the field, a solo shot, and then hit by pitch. Not great.
So now back to righties. This Abilene lineup has definitely taken advantage of a shallow ballpark. It's the shortstop Phoenix Meza at the plate. Meza, tight stance, and then strides out as he swings. Not swinging at the first pitch, and it is a strike. So 0-1 to Meza, and Abilene, Josh, their approach so far has been watch that first pitch.
And they're seeing a lot of pitches, and again, when you see more pitches, that's what makes it harder to get the strikeout.
Runner goes, throw down to second. Not in time. Priest, the shortstop, coming, or rather Arroyo, the second baseman, coming down. Priest went to back up, was right behind the bag, almost bumped into Arroyo. Arroyo's tag was a little delayed, and so a free base for Burho off the hit by pitch, and now a stolen base. Started to get a little greedy out at second. Becker checks the runner. Checks again. Checks a third time. The kick, the deal, high and at the eyes of Beatty.
Well, no doubt the base runners are on the mind of Shadowcats pitchers. And because of that, there's this whole notion of being quick to the plate. Becker, even though he's checking in on the runners, still has a very long and drawn-out leg kick to home.
The kick, the deal. 2-1 is upstairs. Count moves to 3-1. And Josh, this game today, they are up to, I believe, 6 stolen bases on the day. And I believe that is the most stolen bases from Abilene this season in a single game. So a team that didn't steal anything coming into Veterans Field decide today they want to get greedy. The 3-1 home is fouled back, so count goes full.
And it's easy to say, well, the catcher needs to make a better throw. Boyle's, that last throw was good. It was on the money. It's on everyone. It's on the pitching staff. It's on the fielders. It's on everyone to really hold base runners to their spots. And right now, it's really on the pitching staff not doing a good enough job at holding these runners.
Burho bouncing around at second. The check, the kick, the deal. That one fouled back up over us and out of play. Not hitting a car.
Clay Cooley Hyundai.
Our Clay Cooley Hyundai car counter sitting at none, or one rather.
That's where we're at.
We had one car hit. It's a parking lot directly behind our stadium, but balls just seem to not want to go towards the cars. Luckily for
And I think fans are happy about that.
I bet they are very happy about that. As the payoff pitch, high, way upstairs, the breaking ball did not break. And so, full count walk to Meza, and that brings up Ryan Beatty.
And I think this is where manager Barry Manuel gets a little frustrated because he says, you know, you give up a solo home run, you give up, you know, a few knocks, so be it. Our guys will go get your back. But it's whenever you allow these free bases in succession to mount up where these big innings could happen.
Still nobody down as first pitch fouled off by Beatty. And Sherman trailing 9-3 here. A game that's had plenty of scoring. And Abilene's done it on 9 hits and courtesy of 3 Sherman errors.
3 errors is the difference in this game right now.
3 errors, 3 runs. And now, fourth batter. It's Becker. Checks behind him. Burho still dancing. That one is low. Count even at 1-1. So it's Burho on second, Meza on first. Nobody down in this inning. And Beatty, the righty, is hitting just about .333 on the season. Kick, deal, pitch, slightly low. The throw down to second is high. Babcock had to do a little hop to get there. So runners are in safely. The double steal was on and in. Burho to third, Meza to second.
And all these stolen bases have come in the past couple innings. And once again, that was Becker just being slow to the plate. And less about slow to the plate, also very rhythm, easy to time up if you're the batter. That time, it was a great jump by Boro.
And Josh, we've only played 3 full innings. This is still the top of the 4th. So that one is fouled backwards towards the cars.
In-house DJ Adam Cernero having some fun with that one. You know, last year we coined him as DJ ABC.
DJ ABC.
Adam beats Cernero. You like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. You know what else? I love this 2-2 count to Beatty. Becker trying to work out of a jam. Still no outs. Runners on second and third. Takes a deep breath. Kicks. Throws. Oh, just outside. Full count. So the payday is on the way for Becker as he steps off for a second, takes a deep breath to gather himself. Hasn't quite been the issue of free bases, although there have been a few, Josh.
Well, he's throwing 2 straight in this inning. Trying to
Chance,
prevent a third.
chance for the third. The 3-2 home. Upstairs, there's 3. So bases juiced for some flying Bison, and it is the bottom of the lineup, Samson Pugh, who will step into the plate, up into the batter's box.
And like everything in baseball, it's contagious, right? Hitting's contagious. We're seeing that with Abilene right now. And also with Sherman. Again, 6 runs in the first 3 innings is great for them, first 4 innings. But so is, you know, pitching and pitching out of the bullpen and being able to throw strikes. And right now, those things are just not simultaneously clicking. When the hitting's on, the pitching's off. When the pitching's on, the hitting's off. They need to click right now.
Pugh, the bottom of the lineup for Abilene, watching the first pitch high, 1-0. And Pugh no hits on the season. A little bit of a power bat in college, a couple home runs, but no success with contact in the TCL. Becker delivers the 1-0, a hefty swing on a breaking ball. Becker's liking that curve, count even at 1-1. Again, bases loaded here, Sherman trailing by 3. It's a 9-3 ball game, and we're only in the top of the 4th.
It's been a long game so far.
It's been a long game. It's going to be a long game, and it might be a late night. So this one is fouled back towards the cars bouncing over a Ford in the parking lot. A lucky hop for some fan. So our car counter just staying at 1. Even though this inning, Abilene's done just about as much damage to the bases as they have the concrete in our parking lot. No cars, though. Bases loaded. Becker breathes the 1-2 home. Fouled off all the way down. Some deep breaths on the mound, trying to collect himself. This season with Westminster College, an 11.57 ERA and just 4.2 innings pitched. The 1-2 home. Big breaking ball, stayed high. It was a changeup, sitting at just about 75. But outside, so ballerina count, 2-2. Bases loaded, Burho on third, Meza on second, and BD at first. Becker taking a long time, now delivers this one. A fly in the air to Samuelson, running in. That one drops. What a bloop shot. 1 run will score. And that's it. Everybody in the stadium, including the Abilene base runners and base coaches, thought that that one was going to be caught. Way more in McCracken's wheelhouse by the time it landed. Could have also been Arroyo at second. But Samuelson called everybody off. He thought that one was tracking way out to center.
I don't know how that one wasn't caught. And
miscommunication all the way through from that Samuelson in center, McCracken in right. Ford not quite at first, but Arroyo at second. That was probably Arroyo's ball, although off the bat it didn't look like that. So a 10-6 ball game now in the top of the 4th. Bases still loaded.
These two teams just hit. Frankly, that's what it is. And, you know, every single time these two teams meet, whether it's in the Mid-America League or the Texas Collegiate League, both these teams just, it's going to be a hitting duel. That's really what it is. And right now, Abilene just taking advantage of the opportunities that they're given. You walk the bases loaded, so you have to drive them home.
2 singles in the game for Pugh, who came in without a hit. First pitch is in the zone for a strike to the new batter at the top of the order, Hartwig. And the second pitch missing for a ball. So 1-1 the count. Sherman trailing 10-6 in the top of the 4th. 2 runs allowed and no outs still. The kick, the deal. Inside, 3-1. Bases loaded at risk, 2-1 rather, at risk of walking in a run here, Josh.
And once again, free bases have slowly become an issue, and that's what happens whenever you're getting knocked around. Some of these pitchers might be frightened of getting hit. The long ball has been a key factor of this game. You can't be scared on the mound.
Still no outs in the inning. The 2-1 is low in the dirt. Good pick by Boyles. Count moves to 3-1. Sherman still trailing by 4. Abilene on 10 hits, scored 10 runs, and 3 Sherman errors.
You would rather give up, those bloop singles, and they're bone crushing for sure. But you'd rather give those up than walks.
The 3-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. So a 5-pitch walk. And that brings in a run. Abilene now leading 11-6 in the top of the 4th.
4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th. 4th
Now manager Barry Manuel going to come talk to his guy, and I believe that Scruder is warming up out there. It might be the end of the line for Becker. And just struggled finding the zone. Have to be able to throw strikes.
Got to throw strikes, and he did not today. So we will step aside here on the Jake Shockley State Farm Audio Network. And if you're watching TCL TV. We'll return just after this.
Shadowcat fans, looking for your next vehicle? Stop by Vanguard GMC of Sherman for dependable trucks and SUVs right here in Texoma. Vanguard GMC, driving the Shadowcats forward.
Hey, Shadowcats fans, welcome back into Veterans Field. And Sherman finds themselves in a hole here in the top of the fourth, trailing 11-6. Will Clifford alongside Josh Radjanov, two Syracuse guys, along for the way here in North Texas.
Hot summer.
Hot summer. Cold winters, hot summers. As the new pitcher for the Shadowcats.
Two extremes for us.
Two extremes. The new pitcher is Andrew Gruters, the lefty out of Seminole State. Grew up in Longview, Texas. Wrapped up his freshman year with an 8.38 ERA through 9 appearances, 9.2 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and a 1.55 WHIP.
Also known as whip.
Also known as whip. Walks plus hits divided by innings pitched.
Great stat.
It's a pretty good one. So Groot takes the mound for the Shadowcats. His first pitch in. Swung on, and it's a flare to Zano in left. He shades under and makes the play. Now the runner from third will tag and score. A sliding play at the plate, a little closer than I expected. But it's Meza who comes in. Head first slide, a dusty slide. But he's in, so Abilene has now doubled Sherman. 12-6 here in the top of the fourth. The 4 runs per inning trend continuing.
And at least for the Shadowcats, you come in and get that first out. That is a crucial thing. If your Gruder's on the mound, just, yeah, you would like to maybe get that strikeout, but just get an out. That's been the struggle for the Shadowcats so far in these big innings.
Apologies, the run was scored by Beatty on that. As first pitch to the new batter, Rivers is in for a strike. Rivers out of Waller, Texas, and another guy who attends Texas Tech. Same school as Trumbello, Abilene's starting pitcher. Quick check to the runner on second. Now delivers home, just missing for a ball. 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Sherman trailing 12-6 in the top of the fourth.
And Gruder's being very competitive, being uncomfortable to the lefty Rivers coming inside that time, just trying to make these hitters uncomfortable.
Kick, deal, liner, first base side, fair. Past the dive of Ford. Kraken comes on and makes the play. Oh, apologies. Ford made the play. Stepped on first. The runners advanced. The new batter is Wyatt Fielding.
Nice play by Ford, who that ball was sent on a rope, 88 miles per hour off the bat of Rivers, and one hop to Ford. Does a nice job of making the play. And that ball took him towards the first base line, so probably a smart decision not trying for the double play, just getting the sure out at first.
Fielding a single in the first, and since then has been the last out of both the second and third inning. Chance to do so here as first pitch to him is a strike. I apologize to you all folks on that one. Ford was just shaded just out of my field of view, blocked by the dugout, as the 0-1 is high, 1-1. But an impressive play by Ford. Runners advance, but nobody scores, which is, I guess, the name of the game. Well, the name of the game is also baseball, Josh. But Gruder's working
Safe to say.
the lefty. Gruder's working on the mound. The 1-1 home. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. It's kind of a jolt to the bat there. Boyles corrals, though, 2-1 now, just a little outside.
Kind of crossed up Boyles that time, who just kind of got what's the term I'm looking for? Knuckled by that?
Knuckled.
Yeah,
Deceived.
yeah, by that pitch.
Duped. 2-1, high upstairs. There's a bug crawling up my leg. 3-1.
Thanks. That the crowd really needed to hear that one.
I started smacking something. As you got the mics here. All of a sudden, someone's beating something. It's me.
Just had to clarify for those wondering.
It's me hitting myself. It's a very foggy, or not foggy, but a muggy evening. A 3-1 home. Strike 2. Ooh. Fielding thought he might have gotten ball 4, just nipping the outside edge with an 81-mile-an-hour slider. The lefty on righty matchup continues. Fielding ready for a payoff pitch. 2 down here. Kick. The deal. Oh, just missing inside. Batter takes his base, so now bases loaded for the new batter, Trey Smith, the righty.
Abilene has sent 9 batters to the plate the last 2 innings. Depending on your definition of hitting around, doesn't mean the guy who led off the inning has to come all the way back around to hit. We'll leave that for debate. But in my opinion, this is hitting around. Trey Smith coming back for his second at-bat of the inning. He, of course, led off this inning with a home run.
This is hitting around. The Shadowcats.
I would say so.
First pitch, big hack at one in the dust. Good job by Boyles to find it without anybody coming home. So bases are loaded. You've got Pugh on third, Hartwig on second, and Fielding at first after taking that walk. And now, still with 2 outs and Sherman trailing by 6. Gruters, the southpaw, trying to keep runs off the board. Kick, deals, high and outside.
The way things stand right now, 4 runs in the inning, and the base is still loaded. Just 2 hits for the Flying Bison. A home run and a bloop single by Pugh. That's it.
Just 2 hits and still 4 runs, just like the second and the third. This one, a liner, hits off the lip. 8 up Babcock, 1 run scores. The plate at the plate. Throw is not in time, so Hartwig scores from second, and Pugh scores from third, and it is a 14-6 ball game in the top of the 4th inning.
Bison to left field is going to bring up.
These free bases are really coming and hurting the Shadowcats as 2 runs come across, and this has been a rough inning for Shadowcat pitching. And Gruters has done a good job of commanding the zone, did give up that walk to Fielding, but 3-2 walk, you can live with that. Then just got beat by a fastball there.
Smith now a walk, a home run, and 2 singles. First pitch into the new batter, Burho, for a strike. Still 2 down, Sherman trailing by 8 runs after giving up 6 in the top of the 4th alone. Groot checks on the runner at second, now delivers home low, 1-1. And that one, the RBI single from Smith, Josh just took a nasty hit off of the lip here.
Yeah, again, these lips are very aggressive, the cut of the infield grass to the dirt.
As the 1-1 in for a strike, 1-2 the count. So 1-2, 2 down here. And you mentioned now another hit going towards Abilene, who's got 11 in the game already.
But 6 runs on 3 hits.
6 runs on 3 hits. Here's the pitch home, swing and a miss. Grooters gets out of the inning, but the damage is done. Big inning, big inning, big inning. 6 runs on 3 hits and a handful of walks for the Flying Bison. Sherman, a chance to answer. Coming up after this. You, my friends, are watching or listening to Sherman Shadowcats Baseball, the Jake Shockley Radio Network, and the TCL TV Network. Hey, Shadowcats fans, the 4th inning is brought to you by Austin College. Become a Kangaroo today. We welcome you into the bottom of the 4th. Sherman trailing 14-6. Paxton Samuelson is the batter for the Shadowcats. Samuelson watches in ball 1.
Well, now down 8 runs, it's all about just chipping away. You're obviously not going to get an 8-run swing.
Really? I thought those existed. 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah. They nerfed that rule, actually.
They did. It was in the new baseball update.
It was in the new CBA, and it dropped down all the way to the,
the new. See, the 1-1 home. There is a liner to the third baseman. He fields and throws over. Oh, now they're changing their ruling. They're saying Samuelson was out. So a close play at first. And 1 down quickly for the Shadowcats.
Nice play by Rowe, who had a range over, spin through, and a great stretch by Fielding at first, who had to really reach out for that one up the first base line and somehow kept his foot on the bag.
The lineup flips over, and it's Mason Priest, the righty in the box, watching ball 1. So there are other sports, and baseball's a sport that's been in for a long while. It's been around.
Of course.
The 1-0 in for a strike, 1-1. So, Josh, it's been around for a while, but there are some other sports, not just baseball, that have just some wild rules when you look back at how they used to play. The 1-1. Sent third base again. Rowe fields, throws on the money. Fielding fields it. And there are 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the 4th. So some sports have some weird rules. I know basketball didn't even have a three-point line.
Yes, which is
Roll down the line.
very funny to say in modern day NBA terms.
They also used to not be able to dribble, and I know we're playing baseball here, but just sports are different, and I'd have to look back and see at some baseball rules maybe tomorrow after I do some research what some interesting rules could be. First pitch into the second batter in the lineup, Zano, for a strike.
It's hard to change rules in baseball because I don't know if you noticed, but there are a lot of baseball traditionalists who don't like change.
They do not. The 0-1 home. Big swing and a miss. It was a fastball up to 88. Trumbello allowed 6 runs, but still cruising here. And Sherman down 14-6 in the bottom of the fourth. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Zano watching in for a ball, 1-2. Zano on the year just about 240 batting average. Struck out 6 times, but walked 4. Had a great game in the first game of the season. Looked like he'd be a stud leadoff bat. Since then, cooled down a bit. It's the 1-2 home. Big swing and a miss down on strike. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. The Bison are flying here in North Texas. We go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to the Jake Shockley Radio Network, or you're watching the TCL TV Network. Don't go anywhere. We roll on after this.
Hey Sherman fans, I'm Adam Sonero, the in-house voice of the Sherman Shadowcats at Veterans Field. Next Friday, the Shadowcats welcome in-state rival Abilene Flying Bison to the vet. Stick around after the game for a post-game fireworks show presented by Abel Alleman Roofing. Get your tickets online now at ShermanShadowcats.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sessions, first baseman for the Sherman Shadowcats. If you're looking for your next truck, SUV, or family vehicle, visit Vanguard GMC of Sherman. We're proud supporters of Shadowcats baseball and proud to serve drivers across Texoma. Shop our selection of new GMC trucks and SUVs and let our team help you find the perfect fit. Stop by Vanguard GMC of Sherman at 3314 Texoma Parkway in Sherman or visit VanguardGMCofSherman.com.
Hey there, Shadowcats fans. Welcome in. We move into the top of the 5th. And here to take you the next 2 innings, my good friend and classmate, Josh Rajanov. Josh?
Thanks, Will. Shadowcats trailing 14-6. As we go to the 5th inning, bottom third due up for the Flying Bison against Andrew Gruters. The lefty comes home and hit right back up the middle and into center field, a base hit by Phoenix Meza. It's a leadoff single. Once again, the leadoff hitter aboard. And the Flying Bison in business once again. They've scored 4 in the second, 4 in the third, and 6 in the fourth. Now trying to strike again here in the 5th inning after the leadoff single to Meza. Beatty today, a double and a couple of walks. First pitch to him, misses up and away. It's been a whole lot of just bad for Shadowcat pitching today. Not only have they been getting knocked around, 12 hits, and quite a number of extra base hits, and 3 home runs to the credit of the Flying Bison. They've also been walking guys. A lot of free bases offered up by the Shadowcats. And in that last inning, 6 runs came across, only 3 hits. Mesa goes, the 1-0 misses high. Throw to second is not in time. It took Arroyo off the bag. Once again, Boyles electing to throw from his knees, and once again, it's another stolen base for the Flying Bison. That's stolen base number 8 on the day.
And I missed whether he was 1 knee down catching on that or 2, but there's a piece of this which is when a catcher is starting with 1 knee down instead of kind of in that propped up position, they're slower and less able to block balls. Now he has no knees down and is squatting with the hips.
2-0 to Beatty. And that one misses outside. It's 3-0. So base running been an advantage for Abilene. Of course, pitching has been a struggle for Sherman. And in the first 3 innings, looked like Sherman was going to be hitting all day. 3-0 misses away. It's another walk. I should say in the first 2 innings, it looked like the Shadowcats were going to be flying on all cylinders, hitting the ball well. Got 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings. All of a sudden, a 1-2-3 inning in each of the last 2 innings. And now here in the 5th inning, which is brought to you by Grayson College. Find your student success today at Grayson College. So Beatty walks, he's on first, Mesa on second. Pitch to the 9-hole Pugh is fouled off. And the count is 0-1. Pugh today, a pop out, a couple singles, has come around to score as well. Reuters, the lefty, comes set, brings his hands to his belt, comes home. Misses up and away. He has been hovering right around 81 to 83 miles per hour with his fastball. A kind of a lefty that'll come across his body, a Chris Sale-esque 3/4 length. 1-1. That one's at the bottom of the zone, and the count is 1-2.
Interestingly, with Gruters, his eye was on the base runner at second, Mesa, all the way through there. So he was checking the runner, and then pitching home without making eye contact again with the batter.
1-2, bounce low and in, and the count runs to 2-2. And Gruters did the same thing there. As a pitcher, you can do that, and especially as a lefty, Gruters will sometimes do that facing the base runner on first base as well. That being said, sometimes that's tough for pitchers to add another movement, turn their head 180 degrees, and then try and throw a strike to your target. Mesa goes, the 2-2 misses, and it's thrown over the head of Babcock and into left field, and Mesa comes home to score. Second time we've seen that error from Boyles. It's a stolen base. He comes home on the error, and it's 15-6. Sherman trails Abilene. Beatty moves up to second behind him. He wasn't stealing originally, and then saw the throw sail over the third baseman Babcock and says, I'll allow myself to go to second base. So Shadowcats down 9, and the payoff pitch misses high to Pugh in the first 3 reach. The bottom third of the lineup has really done the setting up today. The bottom third of the lineup, you have 2 for 2 hits in the second inning. 3 runners reach in the third inning. 3 runners reach in the fourth inning. And now 3 runners reach in the fifth inning.
Josh, it's been unfortunate display of just great at-bats from Abilene. They're watching pitches in.
First pitch here to Hardwig, rolled on the ground towards short. The throw to second is not in time and gets away from Arroyo as Priest mishandled it. Beatty comes home to score. Pugh rounding third, he stays put there. Hardwig reaches on the error. That's 5 errors in the game for the Shadowcats, and this is a 10-run deficit. It's 16-6 here in the 5th. Ugly, ugly baseball.
What started is what would be a high-scoring, competitive contest has turned into a bit of a bloodbath.
That time, Priest, the shortstop, just couldn't field it cleanly, and instead of eating it whenever he didn't have a play, decided to throw to second. Arroyo wasn't ready. The first pitch here to Rowe is hit into left field and down for a base hit. Pugh home. Here comes Hardwig. The throw at the plate. Not in time. A 2-run single for Briggs Rowe, who moves up to second on the throw. Another 2 runs come across. It's 18-6 here in the 5th. And Abilene just pouring it on. This is ugly.
This is very ugly, Josh. Abilene has scored 4 or more runs every inning since the second. This train has been out of the station for quite some time now. And checking the body language.
First pitch to Rivers, hit sharply down the first base line and past the reach of Ford into right field, a base hit. Rowe comes around to score. Rivers into second. It's 6 straight batters to reach here in the top of the 5th, and 5 runs across. It's 19-6, and the Shadowcats just have not been good pitching-wise today. Barry Manuel going to come talk to his pitcher, Gruters.
No movement in the bullpen could be pulling someone from the field.
And for the Shadowcats, it's been a perfect storm. You've been hit around, you've been walking guys. And Will, you said it earlier, it feels like this is going to be the race to 20 runs, and, well, Abilene at 19.
Abilene at 19, just on the precipice of 20. And as Rivers leads off on second,
that's going to be it for Gruters. And Donovan Arroyo is going to come in to score, or come in to pitch.
not score. Definitely not score. Although there's been a lot of scoring. It's a word that we've been using so much, Josh. Everybody might be coming in to score here.
Well, we'll see what happens. Arroyo coming in to pitch, and we're still here in the top of the 5th inning. 19-6, Shadowcats. Join the Flying Bison. You're listening to Sherman Shadowcats Baseball on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network and watching on the TCL Television Network. Shadowcats trailing 19-6 here in the top of the 5th inning. Already 5 runs across. Man, it's been a beatdown, and the Shadowcats going to try something new. A position player on the mound in Donovan Arroyo. Good news for the Shadowcats. He had a 0 ERA at Odessa College this year. Bad news in 0 innings pitched. So, Arroyo on the mound. First pitch home to Wyatt Fielding, misses up and away with Rivers on second. You like that, Will?
Yeah, you know, can't lose if you never played. I don't know. I'm just so unhappy because this game was looking like it was going to be a beauty, a true clash of two Texas Titans.
1-0 misses up and away.
But Sherman has not answered the phone still ringing. And Arroyo, who's tossing a cutter. Not quite an EFIS, but it's sitting at 84.
They'll take it. They'll take anything in the zone, what feels like, for the
I think
Shadowcats.
they need outs.
2-0, big swing and a miss from Fielding. Is he hitting lefty?
Is Fielding lefty?
I think he's a righty hitting lefty.
I believe he is.
Up 13, why not?
A little disrespectful.
Yeah, and he hits one out to left field. Zano ranging over makes the play. And there's one gone here in the top of the fifth. Yeah, he is a righty hitting lefty, and I don't know. That is, take what you will. These two teams chippy. We know that, as that's the first out of the inning. Wyatt Fielding retired, and for Fielding, it's you know he had a good year last year, but why not get your licks? He's 1 for 3 today, a single and a walk. But
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, Josh. I think that there's a difference between sure get your reps and then a little showboaty.
well, and get your reps as a right-hander, the way you're supposed to hit. I don't know. It'd be one thing if this were the 9th inning or the 8th inning and he was doing that. But here in the 5th is...
It's still the 5th inning, Josh.
definitely something to look out for. I don't know.
That being said,
The thing I think of is whenever Anthony Rendon did it, and he hit a home run. If you recall, a few years back, whenever the Angels were up big and had a position player on the mound for the opposing team, forgot who it was, and Anthony Rendon decided, I'm going to hit lefty, and then hit a home run. First pitch here to Trey Smith is above the zone, 1-0 the count. So if you're Fielding, I guess you're having fun. It's summer ball, but we know these two teams definitely chippy with each other. 1-0 the count and the pitch. That one's outside. So Arroyo, the second baseman, comes in to pitch. Forgot to do our due diligence here. Spencer Bass comes into the game. He's at shortstop, and then Mason Priest moves from shortstop to second. And I guess the DH is killed.
I'm adjusting my board here.
The 2-0 is fouled off. So that means that Noah Tart, who is set to lead off the next inning, will not be.
Nope.
Unless they want to DH for Arroyo.
Well, they could also move Tart behind home plate and then...
But Boyles is still in a catcher.
No, they could move in Tart for Boyles.
I see what you're saying. 2-1 is high. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, I mean, that's something they could do.
And at this point in the game, you're just thinking about getting your guys reps, getting a bunch of different guys at bats. I imagine both teams will probably empty the benches. 3-1 fouled straight back, and the count is 3-2. You know, going back to that Wyatt Fielding whole debacle we mentioned, where he's hitting lefty, Abilene, definitely no shortage of some interesting flares with Sherman.
Yep.
3-2 the count as Arroyo comes set. And the pitch. Misses away. And that's a walk.
I was hoping for an
So-
Arroyo strikeout there.
Last year, at the end of the playoff game, the Shadowcats pitcher was Nolan Foster, who ironically is with Abilene now.
Yes.
And it was Nolan Foster on the mound. One of his teammates from college, after Nolan Foster walked home the walk-off run, so I believe we're going to get a pinch hitter here for Abilene. One of Foster's teammates from college ran up to Foster and got in his face instead of celebrating with his team. So that was something that we noticed. First pitch is a strike in the zone. A pinch hitter. It's Keller Rivers, brother of Davis Rivers.
A couple of brothers on these two lineups.
With Smith on first, he walked, and Rivers on second. That's Davis Rivers, and the pitch into Keller Rivers is inside. Keller, the younger brother, or actually the twin brother, I should say, in 6 games is 0 for 15 out of Alcorn State. Of course, native to Waller, Texas, same as his brother. 1-0 bounce in the dirt, gets away from Boyles, and both runners advance. Davis Rivers to second, or excuse me, Davis Rivers to third, and Trey Smith to second.
Now, there have been 4 runs, 6 runs, and now 5 runs in the inning, 1 down. Took Sherman 4 runs to get their first out last inning.
2-1 outside. Counts 3-1.
Okay, what I also don't fully understand on the going to a position player, if you are, and this is a question for manager Barry Manuel, if you just want the game to go here and you're willing to kind of throw in the towel.
3-1 line foul over the beer garden. Counts full.
How confident are you that your position player is going to throw strikes? No diss to Arroyo.
Well, and Arroyo has come in, all he's been doing is throwing fastballs, right? Low 80s.
Not so fast fastballs,
Yeah, well, they are, technically speaking, fastballs.
I suppose.
Payoff pitch. Misses low, but to your point, he's walked 2 straight. So even the position players struggling in the zone. Now the Shadowcats have some activity in the bullpen. And it is another position player. It's Colton Fallbush. And I think if you're Barry Manuel, you're kind of just saying, well, I don't want to waste my arms, in a sense, where this is a 13-run game. The Shadowcats are trailing 19-6. And you're kind of just saying, all right, who can go in and just eat up some innings? There's only so many scheduled guys. The first pitch is fouled off the hand of Boyles, and he pops up. He's feeling that one.
And Fallbush played in 2 straight down in Abilene, so will appear in his 3rd game in a row, assuming he comes in. This one creeps along, local time 9:27 p.m. for anybody out of time zone. A good 86 degrees and muggy. Sun is no longer in sight. The lights are shining bright.
Phoenix Mesa at the plate. Lights shining bright. Shadowcats trying to just get out of this nightmare situation. Bases loaded, and the pitch. There's a breaking ball, and that one's below the zone, but a new pitch from Arroyo. Counts 1-1. Rivers off at first, he walked. Smith off a second, he walked. And his brother Davis Rivers off a third, he doubled. 1-1, cue shot towards first. Forward comes over, fields it, flipped to Arroyo, and he gets the out. A runner does come across, and Abilene wins the race to 20. It's 20-6 after Rivers comes home here in the top of the 5th inning. 6th run in this inning.
Is our beer batter, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants $2 Shadowcat cans?
Fans getting excited
Get him out.
as
Let's get it going.
the beer batter comes to the plate. In case you couldn't hear our in-house voice, Adam Cernero.
We're already on Thirsty Thursdays, so beers are already $3.
First pitch. Misses outside.
You show up to our 9.
Beatty's been a pesky beer batter today.
He
He's
has.
1 for 1 with 3 walks.
It's not the best news for Shadowcat Nation here at Veterans Field.
And the 1-0 pitch is
Oh my
fouled
goodness,
off.
it cleared the car on a bounce. There is a white pickup truck out
Of
there.
course, a lot of the cars have since disappeared.
This is
Fans leaving the ballpark.
true. It's starting to get mildly ugly here.
1-1 is blooped in the air. Shallow center field. In comes Samuelson, and he makes the play. And that retires the side. Hey, beer batter. He got out. $2 beer, Shadowcat fans. And the Shadowcats get out of the 5th after surrendering 6 runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Shadowcats trailing 20-6. You're watching Sherman Shadowcat Baseball on the TCL TV network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats audio network.
Something on your mind.
Shadowcats trailing 20-6 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Spencer Bass is a strike in the zone, and the count is 0-1. Whole bunch of changes for Abilene, as Spencer Bass is a change for the Shadowcats. He enters the game at shortstop and takes over for the DH Noah Tart, as Bass came in with the second baseman Arroyo hitting, as he faces an 0-1 count. And the pitch, big wave and a miss at a 94-mile-per-hour fastball from the new pitcher in the game, Nolan Foster.
Foster transferred to Abilene Christian University, where the Flying Bison call home, from Texas Tech, where Trombello, the pitcher he replaced, still pitches, a rising senior.
0-2 the count, and the pitch misses up and away. Mid-90s fastball, a breaking slider. Pitched for the Shadowcats last year, and as you can tell, was the Shadowcats ace coming out of the bullpen here in Sherman today. A couple of other changes in the field for Abilene, so we'll hold off. Bass sees the 1-2, cuts on and misses. Fastball blown by him, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Clark Sampson takes over the pitcher on the roster for the Abilene Flying Bison. He stands at 6'3", 290, or excuse me, 190, I should say. He's in left field, taking over for Ashton Hardwig. Miles Mace takes over at first base. The rest of the field still the same for the Abilene Flying Bison. Easton Ford at the plate. First pitch to him. Whoa! Watch your lips. Goes above his head. Ducks under it, and the count is 1-0.
That's an aggressive backstop, trying to get him a second time. And Sherman has been very quiet, 16 unanswered. No, you're laughing, but sending in Fawbush and Arroyo to pitch, a little bit of the white flag.
Shadowcats down by 14 runs. I mean, crazier things have happened. If the Knicks can come back from being down 29,
Oh, please.
the 1-0 in the zone, surely the Shadowcats can come back from being down 14.
Oh, my please is not about the Shadowcats. I fully believe, given the way this game has gone, it could be a 30-31 final for all I know. And we'll stay here until 2 in the morning. My oh please is to the Knicks.
1-1 skied high in the air down the first base line and fades foul. I take it you're not all too happy that the Knicks took the 3-1 lead yesterday, coming back trailing by 29?
Not quite. I mean, I'm not rooting for San Antonio or anything of the nature. I don't really have a horse in the race. But Josh, I just seem to think with this ridiculous comeback and people all over social media saying this is the greatest comeback in sports history and basketball history. This is a great game. What a rewatchable game.
2-1, cut on a miss, 2 strikeouts as Foster stares down the Shadowcats dugout. And more fireworks, of course, coming from Abilene.
Super tough to do. Up 16, of course you'll stare at a dugout when you're up 16. 14, apologies folks, I can't do math.
There's a reason we're broadcasters talking about sports.
An A in calculus, I could tell you how far this ball's gonna go.
First pitch to Boyles, misses low and away.
Not quite 20.
So are you not in agreement that that's, I'm going to say, one of the greatest sports comebacks in history?
Because
I don't know, like a 29-point comeback in a basketball game is pretty impressive.
yes,
Definitely the largest in NBA Finals history.
I don't think the Knicks started doing anything differently.
The 1-1 fouled off, or excuse me, the 1-0 fouled off. It's 1-1.
I think the Spurs just were so hot to start the
But
game.
that's not the Knicks' fault.
Hold on. Hang on. I'm not blaming the Knicks for any of this. Good for New York. New York can do whatever. New York came and had a great second half. San Antonio just got cold. I feel like that's a more San Antonio lost it than a New York won it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you could say that.
I think so. You score 73 points.
1-1 is shots back to Foster on the mound and flips it over to first, and that retires the side. 1-2-3 go the Shadowcats, and Thankfully so, making you stop talking, Will, because that was a lot coming out of your mouth, and I'm not sure how much of that you can really say was true. I don't know what you're talking about there. But you know what? Good for you. Of course the Spurs lost it. Have you? It's like, what was that one question where I think it was to Russell Westbrook? It was that a game that the other team lost, or that you won, or that the other team won, or that you lost? And what was it that Russell Westbrook said?
No, we lost the game.
That's a dumb question, man. So I'm gonna leave that off for you as we go for break. I'm gonna get the last word here because you don't deserve it.
Take the last word, sir.
Shadowcats trailing 20-6. We go to the 6. It's a 14-run deficit. You're watching Sherman Shadowcat Baseball on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sessions, first baseman for the Sherman Shadowcats. If you're looking for your next truck, SUV, or family vehicle, visit Vanguard GMC of Sherman. We're proud supporters of Shadowcats baseball and proud to serve drivers across Texoma. Shop our selection of new GMC trucks and SUVs and let our team help you find the perfect fit. Stop by Vanguard GMC of Sherman at 3314 Texoma Parkway in Sherman or visit VanguardGMCofSherman.com.
Shadowcats trailing 20-6. First pitch is rolled on the ground to short. Bass fields it, throws in time. First out of the inning, and it's the first time today that the Shadowcats, since the first inning, have gotten the leadoff hitter outs.
My scorecard is busy.
It is, as the Shadowcats finally get the first out of the inning here in the 6th inning. Brand new ball game. Shadowcats, not a brand new ball game, I should say.
Not a brand new ball game at all. It's 20-6. I don't know. I know you're getting up there on age and stuff.
All right.
Start to slip. No,
that's enough out of you. First pitch. Who is this now? Clark Sampson. First pitch is a ball. It's ball bush. One pitch, one out for the position player on the mound. Shadowcats trying out anything.
We got to word count your word counting, man.
Well, you're the one that said that. Oh, the Spurs lost the game. The Knicks didn't win. No, the Knicks won.
I just wasn't impressed.
The 1-0 is inside. It counts 2-0. I don't understand how you can say that.
I wasn't impressed. I think that the Spurs ran out of gas in the third and especially early in the fourth, and New York just took advantage of a lot of open looks. They played well.
The 2-0 chopped on the ground to third. Babcock over, fields it, throws to first. In time, there's 2 gone. So some more movement on the field as Fawbush comes in. Mason Priest, who started the last inning at second, moves back over to short. And now Tanner Trout, usually an outfielder, playing second base for the Shadowcats. The two look familiar. I got a little bit confused. They have similar numbers. Priest 5, Trout 9. Can I make that case for myself?
Oh, of course.
First pitch here to Briggs Rowe, swung on a miss.
No need to plead your case with me, sir.
I think it's more of our statisticians behind me who are getting a little upset after I told them that it wasn't that it was Priest at second. The 0-1 swung on a miss. Sorry, John. Apologies.
John's accepted Josh's apology as I bring you into our live play-by-play of what's happening in our play-by-play booth, because it's a 20-6 game.
0-2 the count. Fawbush working from the wind. The position player comes home and throws behind Rowe. 80-mile-an-hour
heater.
Yeah, watch your lips. I'm still just confused at because what? Okay, so do you have 28-3 over the Knicks comeback? Is that what you're saying? The Falcons comeback was
That was
or the Patriots comeback was more impressive.
that was
because
exponentially more impressive.
I think you can make that argument.
That was way more. There are a lot of comebacks that I think are more impressive.
1-2 misses away.
I won't die on the hill. Say it was a comeback, impressive. But when it comes to basketball, there's the games, professional basketball specifically, 48-minute games, way too much time in my opinion.
And the 2-2 pop foul.
If that game is the same length as a college game, a 40-minute game, which is also the same length
What
as
are you
all of
even
the FIBA
saying?
game, all of the FIBA basketball games, and we're talking about a different sport. We probably should rein it in a second, but FIBA games are 40 minutes. The NBA is an extra 8 minutes. New York doesn't win that game if 8 minutes are taken away.
2-2 cued on the ground to first. Ford fields it. Throw touches the bag himself. That retires the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning. It's a miracle here in the top of the sixth. We go to the bottom half. Shadowcats trailing 20-6. You're watching Sherman Shadowcats baseball on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network.
All right, guys, we are in.
Hey, Shadowcats fans. It's Will Clifford here for your 6th inning TCL scoreboard update. Today in the TCL, the Victoria Generals are leading the Baton Rouge Rougarou 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Lake Charles is leading Acadiana, or rather they are tied 3-3. It's the top of the 8th out in San Antonio, where the River Monsters lead the Valley Bombers 5-4. And here in Sherman, it's a 20-6 ball game. This has been your Jake Shockley State Farm 6th inning scoreboard update.
go to the bottom of the 6th.
What a rookie move.
We're on.
We're on.
Well, the Shadowcats need to get going.
It's amateur hour here.
Yeah, it is. It's okay. Shadowcats trailing 20-6 to the Abilene Flying Bison. Definitely not the way you want to go against your in-state foe arch rival, so to say.
Not quite.
Shadowcats getting beat down. And new pitcher on the mound, Jackson Phipps, the righty out of Incarnate Word. Of course, we've been to Incarnate Word.
Yes, we have.
Couple of changes on the field as well. Clark Sampson in left. Brady Gray moves to third base. It was interesting. Grayson Lincecum started this inning acting as if he was going to go out to third base. Was brought back in, and now it's Gray out there. First pitch to Colton Fallbush is swung on and missed. Fallbush replaces Arroyo as he was the previous pitcher. Arroyo today went 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-out. And the pitch to Fallbush chopped on the ground towards third. Off the glove of Gray and caroms all the way to the third base dugout. And Fallbush reaches on the error, and he's on first.
That'll bring to the plate number 23.
Shadowcats needing to mount a big comeback. Down 20-6. Ian McCracken at the plate. Interesting for Colton Fallbush getting some playing time. And for Fallbush, we've been talking to him. He's like, I signed for 24 games. I want to get my 24 games. Well, he's playing in his 4th today. Fallbush, of course, the Indiana guy. The first pitch to McCracken misses low.
I'll say he's fairly good company to have around.
He is great company to have around. He's been really fun to talk to.
He has. He's a guy who's got some stories out in Decatur, Indiana.
Want to know the count.
Making some good NIL money out there.
The pitch is a strike on the inner half, counts 1-1. He's been a fun guy to follow. Fallbush, if you go to social media, I did an interview with him. He's an Indiana guy, and he's having a lot of fun here in Texas. He said he's here in Texas for the first time. And during Media Day, which was late May, a couple of weeks back, he mentioned that it was definitely the hottest that he's ever felt temperature-wise. 1-1 chopped on the ground past the dive of Gray and into left field, a base hit. First hit of the year for Ian McCracken. And the Shadowcats have runners on first and second to start this bottom of the 6th inning.
Our PA announcer stole my line. Ugh, I was so eager at some point to say a McCracken of the bat. And so
hey, Shade, you want to join the broadcast? Shade? Sorry, not to interrupt you. Shade, how's it going? He says 2 thumbs up. Shade, we having a good time even though Shadowcats unfortunately getting beat down? Yeah? Nodding your head. Hey, what's your story, Shade? Not a very talkative guy you are.
Not a man of many words.
I don't know what these hand motions mean. The first pitch into Babcock. Oh, is a ball low.
Oh, we have an interpreter.
We have an interpreter, Berkeley Zeismore, who's joined the show before, our interpreter. Shade, what's it been like so far this year? He's thinking.
It's been great. It's been a little hot outside, but I've got ice packs and some liquid IVs, so I'm good every night.
1-0 runs inside and hits Babcock. Bases are loaded.
Love.
Shadowcats in business. Hey, do you think the Shadowcats can come back here, Shade? Oh, he's nodding. I don't need an interpreter for that.
He's hopeful.
He's hopeful.
Love the miracles of modern technology bringing us all this translation.
That is not AI translating. That is not AI. That is our own Berkeley translating. Yeah? Shade, you like it? Shade? Yeah. What's it like being in that mask all the time?
He's hot.
He's hot.
He's hot.
Yeah.
I could have told you that a black suit all day long in Sherman, Texas, and you're telling me that Shade the Shadowcat isn't a little hot?
First pitch to Samuelson, misses low. Shade, I like the jersey you're repping. It's the last year jersey, or is that this year's jersey? What is that? As the 1-0 is in the zone, misses away, 2-0. Is that last year's? It's last year's. He's pointing back to last year. Yeah, those are nice jerseys. Thanks for the hand. Oh, I'll give you a real handshake this time. Thank you.
I had show of diplomacy.
I had my pen in my hand. I'm sorry.
Wow, how rude.
2-0 below the zone, and the count's 3-0. Shade, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. What did he say? I couldn't tell by the wave.
He said bye. He's ready for bed.
Too early
Berkeley
for
says
bed.
Nice, ready for. I don't know what you mean too early for bed. It's only 9:50.
Shade is a night cat.
The 3-0 striking the zone.
Shade might need some air conditioning also.
It's kitty bedtime, says Berkeley. 3-1 the count to Samuelson. Fallbush on third. McCracken on second. He singled.
Shout out Cade. Shade, the Shadow Cat. Yeah.
Babcock is on first. He also singled. Shadowcats do have 9 hits.
To tie it with one swing with the mysterious 8-run. I'm joking. I'm just having a good time out here. I hope y'all are too if you're still tuning in.
Payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Good comeback from Phipps, who was behind in the count. 3-0. Gets 3 straight strikes. There's one gone here in the inning. Lineup flips back to the top to Mason Priest. Priest today, 2 for 3, a couple of singles. Those both came in the first 2 innings where the Shadowcats, of course, scratched across 6 runs. Since then have been all zeros. Priest takes strike 1. Phipps a mid-80s pitcher.
Priest is 2 for 3 on the day.
Yeah, I just said that.
I had my headphones off, adjusting.
It's okay.
Apologies.
0-1. That one misses away, 1-1. And Phipps wants a new ball. Mason Priest, a 175-pound freshman out of Wharton JUCO, native to Cypress, Texas. Have you ever been to Cypress, Texas?
No, sir.
Could you, if you didn't know, I don't know how much you studied. 1-1 is fouled back, and the count's 1-2. If you were just given a map of Texas, and you didn't know where Cypress, Texas was, do you think you could be able to point it out?
I think so because if I remember correctly, I used to go run cross country out in Tomball, Texas.
Yeah,
And I think it's near that.
I think so.
Let's take a look.
I think so.
Oh, yep, just northwest of Houston, south of the Woodlands, and just south of Tomball, Texas.
1-2, cut on and missed.
Here's a guy who knows Texas ball knowledge. It's me.
2 straight strikeouts for Phipps.
Yeah, love me some.
Phipps is from Laredo, Texas. Can you find Laredo?
Ooh, actually, Laredo. Heard everyone. There's all the songs about Laredo. It's a catchy word.
Yes.
I've never been, and if I had to guess, around San Antonio.
Well, why don't you check?
Why don't we check?
yourself?
I thought it was like, I know. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
I don't. I'm gonna
Okay.
act like I know.
Okay.
I had a feeling. I thought Cypress was near Houston as the 0-1, or the first pitch is in the zone. 0-1 the count.
Laredo is
That's-
on the border.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Way south of San Antonio, down I-35.
0-1 pop foul, counts 0-2.
So for you geography buffs, Laredo on the border and actually kind of split in half. There's a
Yeah, I thought I recognized it. There's actually, we talk about golf a lot on these broadcasts. There's actually a really nice golf course there. My
Really?
dad's been there to play it a couple of times.
Oh, not a well-traveled golfer.
I have a potential for an 8-10 tee time tomorrow. Should I take it?
Look, man, I think we're getting out of here at maybe. You might be able to go straight from the field to your tee time. I'm not an early tee time guy. I'm a late tee time guy.
0-2, cut on and missed, and the catcher Rivers touches the plate, and that retires the side. After the first 3 reach, and Phipps strikes out the side. We go to the 7th. Shadowcats trailing 20-6. You're watching Sherman Shadowcats baseball on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats audio network and the TCL television network. Chugging along to the 7th inning. The dangerous part of the Flying Bison lineup up. Colton Fallbush, the position player, is still pitching. And here to tell you all about it, my man, Will Clifford.
Hey, Josh. Thank you for welcoming everybody back if you're still with us. We are now into the 7th inning. Top of the 7th, Sherman trailing 20-6. First pitch in to the batter, Rivers, is a ball. But he watches pitch number 2 in for a strike, 1-1 the count. Rivers 1 for 4 today with an RBI and a strikeout.
By the way, the 6th inning was brought to you by Courtyard Marriott Sherman, where the players stay.
Davis Rivers, one of 2 brothers in the Abilene lineup. Keller Rivers is this river, as that one is outside, 2-1. So a lot of flow here in Sherman tonight. A 2-1 in for a strike. Fallbush. So Fallbush is typically a third baseman, but the other day he gets a call from his coaches back home in Indiana, and they say, Colton, we need you to start playing some first base. We're bringing in another guy. He didn't specify if this guy was through the portal. As the kick and the deal. Fouled back, 2-2, we'll do it again. So Colton didn't mention to me whether this guy was a freshman or a transfer, but the coach tells Colton, hey, we got a new guy coming in, learn to play some first base, and he goes and starts playing first base when they're down in Abilene. Colton did not love it. He's still learning and growing and improving. Of course, new things take time. As the 2-2 is outside, count goes full.
It's like that scene in Moneyball whenever Billy Bean is talking to Chris Pratt.
Exactly.
And sitting next to an actor playing Ron Washington.
The kick on the payoff pitch. Fouled in the air. Babcock working under it. It's drifting away. Oh, a jumping snag into the fence, separating our 903 Beer Garden from foul territory and the field. What a play by Babcock.
That was a really nice play.
Trailing 20-6 here in the top of the 7th.
As I was saying with Fallbush, that was a nice play by Babcock. With Fallbush, so it's like that scene in Moneyball when you got Ron Washington sitting next to Chris Pratt, who's playing, oh gosh, I'm kicking myself on who he's playing.
Blanking here too, man, as the first pitch to Miles Mace.
You know?
Missing for a ball.
Who does Chris Pratt play in Moneyball?
You got a computer in front of yourself. Why don't you Google?
No, but I should know this. He's the first baseman for the Athletics in that historic 2002 season.
Want to know the count.
Sam? John? No? Check Google.
Sure. So as Josh checks Google, the 1-0 home. That one flown in the air. Center fielder Samuelson called off by Zano. Zano makes the play in middling left center field. Anyways,
Scott Hattenberg.
There we go.
First baseman. Very famous. Like, it's unfortunate I didn't know that. Anyways.
Colton. So, plays for a little bit of first down in Abilene. Is there 2 outs in this inning? Trey Smith now to the plate. So, playing first base, and he struggles, and he's learning, and he's trying to improve. And then he gets another call from his coach today. His coach asking for some film. That one, a chopper to short. Bass. Fields throws. A 1-2-3 inning for the Sherman Shadowcats. I'll tell you all about Colton when we come back. Sherman still trailing 20-5.
Coach wants some film pitching? How about a 1-2-3 inning?
There
2
you
straight.
go. But we're moving on to the bottom of the 7th. Stick with us if you're still here. We appreciate you. You're listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Radio Network, and you're watching on the TCL TV network. Don't go anywhere. More Shadowcats baseball on the way.
Fans, I'm Adam Sonero, the in-house voice of the Sherman Shadowcats at Veterans Field. Next Friday, the Shadowcats welcome in-state rival Abilene Flying Bison to the Vet. Stick around after the game for a post-game fireworks show presented by Abel Alleman Roofing. Get your tickets online now at ShermanShadowcats.com.
Howdy, Shadowcats fans. I'm Will Clifford, and I hope I'm the first to welcome you into the bottom of the 7th. If I'm not, you must be cheating on me with another radio station, and that wouldn't make me too happy.
No, it would not.
But here in the bottom of the 7th, you are Shadowcats trailing by 2 touchdowns, 20-6.
Can I just finish the quote, the Scott Hattenberg quote, because it took me too long to get there?
Go ahead.
It's like whenever Billy Bean is talking to Chris Pratt playing Scott Hattenberg and says, playing first base isn't that hard. Tell him, Wash, pointing to Ron Washington. Washington goes, it's extremely hard. So first base, as a former first baseman myself, a really tough position to play. So kudos to Colton Fawbush for getting it done, or at least attempting it.
All right. And now a new batter for the Shadowcats going to the bench. I know it by that walk-up music. It's Tanner Trout. So Bass making the last play of last inning. Now Trout up to bat. It's my favorite thing, as my favorite thing changes every day. The Sherman Aquarium.
How about it?
The 0-1 home, just outside 1-1. So it's now Trout, or it's Trout rather.
For the fans at home confused on the Sherman Aquarium, Sherman does not have an actual aquarium.
But this, Veterans Field is the 1-1 is outside.
Our statistician, John, turns over and goes, I didn't know Sherman had an aquarium.
Sherman does not have an aquarium. However, if you like looking at fish, you should come out to a Shadowcats game. 2-1, a drive, left field, going on it. Oh, reaching up to make the play is Sampson. Oh, Trout gave it a swim upstream.
All right.
But Sampson fishes that one out.
You're drawing it.
One down here. I'm fishing, one might say. Sam, our in-game host, is shaking his head. Anyways, next up, Easton.
Drawing this one out.
Yeah. Okay. After that fly out to
So
the
what?
left,
It's Easton Ford. Do we have a car dealership too here in Sherman?
No, there's only one truck. As that one, a liner to third base. Throw over to first in plenty of time. Gray, the third baseman, handily there. So 2 up, 2 down. So, anyways, Fawbush has been struggling with first base, but he's expected to come into his own. He gets a phone call this morning, his coach saying, hey, let's see your film from first base. He's like, I don't have it yet. Still working to get it. First pitch to the new batter, Boyles. Just missing for a ball. So he is told, we can keep you at third if the new guy wants to play first. So we'll see what ends up happening there.
This new guy must be
skied in the air. Shallow right center. 3 players coming on. It's Beatty who calls everybody off and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. That has to be our quickest inning of the night. And we're chugging along.
Innings.
Top of the 8th on the way, Shadowcats Nation. Stick along for the ride with us. You, my friends, are listening to Shadowcats Baseball on the Jake Shockley State Farm Audio Network. And if you're watching TCL TV. Stay around. Hey there, folks. Amateur hour is over in the broadcast booth. As I have learned when to announce ourselves on air. antithetical doing so now, but I also don't think many people are on the line with us. As coming to the mound at a left field, Zano. This one is actually out of left field. You know, the comments saying that's out of left field. Well, now in left field, it's McCracken. Samuelson still holding down center. Excuse me. The voice is getting a little tired here as we move into the 8th. And Fawbush, the pitcher, first baseman, third baseman, handling right field. A shallow right. First pitch from Zano. That one-liner, center field, drops in front of Samuelson, and a loud applause from the Flying Bison bench.
Well, he just ended an 0 for 16 streak to start the season. His first hit of the year. That's Keller Rivers, who is very happy to get hit number 1 of the year.
Hit number 1 is important to see it go through the net. You know, it's all about just getting that first one. So Zano, first pitch, gives up a hit. New batter.
That's all Jalen Brunson needed last night.
All right. We don't want to go back to that. Gosh. So it's going to be Mace up. Not quite. We've got a pinch hitter in as he's ahead 2-0 in the count. The kick, the deal. Chopper, third base side. This could be 2. 1 at second. Priest turning the first forward. Makes the play. A late call from our umpire out there. Oh, no, he is safe.
That'll bring up Ryan Beatty.
So that was Sampson, the left fielder, who reached first safely. I apologize, folks. So a late call, a switch call, runner safe at first, runner out at second. First pitch into the new batter, low for a ball. Smith, the new Trey Smith, the right fielder, now lines one to right field. Fallbush, a diving grab. Knees first, makes the play. Pitcher, third base, first base extraordinaire.
How about the outfielder now, too? You want some film on him in outfield, Coach?
Yeah, he might. 2 down here in the 8th.
To be fair, he did kind of overrun the ball.
He did, and so he's kind of coming back on it. Oh, a sidearm toss. Getting creative.
I like it, Patrick.
Why not? Zano getting zany.
I don't get that. What do you...
Zany is like a...
I mean, I guess I get it. I'm just yapping.
Well, something that's zany is something that's peculiar, unusual, odd. That sidearm pitch, after throwing everything from a overhead to 3/4 arm slot, I would say qualifies as zany. The 1-1 home. Over our heads. Not hitting a car. Wow, okay. Not many cars left in our parking lot, folks, but still dodging them nonetheless. Keller Rivers standing in. The righty. Getting his first cracks at it today. Here's the pitch. Another sidearm slot. Missing. 2-2 the count. So it's Rivers on first. Rivers at the plate. The 2-2 home. Another sidearm. Read it as a 70-mile-an-hour pitch. Not even given a type of pitch out there, just 70 flat.
It's just a pitch.
The 2-2. Outside, ball 4. So that was missed a ball there. So ball 4, 4-ball. Payoff pitch was a walk. Runners move over, so it's kind of getting a little slippery out there as we've got 2 Rivers cutting through Sherman. I'm tempted after the game. At some point, I want to see how fast I can pitch. As the first pitch of the new batter is flown right field. Coming on, the second baseman can't make the play. Priest ranged at it, couldn't get it. So 1 River crosses the plate. He will score Mesa, a 4-for-5 day. He singles on a bloop. And so now it's Rivers at third. Rivers scores, and Mesa,
Number 14, Brady Gray.
yes, Mesa scoring there, or singling there. First pitch in for a strike. So 2 outs here. Abilene leading 21-8. Mesa, the batter, standing in as that one is fouled back and out of play. 2 strikes onto him. Could we see a strikeout from a position player? So my dad will know, who may be listening, that seeing position players pitch is one of my favorite things, as the 0-2 is outside for a ball. So this is one of my favorite things in baseball, as it usually means more home runs, but at this hour of the night, it's 10:14 local time, and it's also humid and buggy. Just trying to get through the lineups here as we're in the 8th inning. This one fouled off third base side out of play. Count moves to 1-2 to Mesa.
Here with a special guest on our broadcast right now, Jacob Smoot, former pitcher for the Shadowcats last year. Hold off in just a second.
This one sent high in the air. Samuelson comes on and makes the play. So 1 run scored, 3 outs, and Sherman, only 1 run allowed. Sherman still trailing, 21-6. We move to the bottom of the 8th.
Going to keep it here as we welcome on Mr. Smoot to our broadcast. Jacob, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you doing?
Jacob, it's always great to hear from you. This is a surprise. I had no idea you were coming out to the ballpark today.
Yeah, I was in town watching the Corey Kent concert, and then I was like, oh my gosh, Abilene's playing, and Sherman's, we're playing each other because my old teammate is the right fielder for Abilene, Trey Smith.
Oh, teammate from where?
From Richland.
Yeah?
Richland. We both went to the Junior College World Series together, so hadn't seen him in about 3 years, so I wanted to go see him and then see the Carnes twins, go see John, go see a couple other guys that I hadn't seen.
How about you? I saw you were talking to Nolan Foster, too. Pitched last year with Sherman, now on Abilene. What are your thoughts on that?
I was asking him how he's feeling. I mean, he took a gap year this year, so he's rehabbing, and he said that he was feeling really good, and I guess he got hurt earlier today. I got here a little bit later, but really good to see him, good to see that kind of kid. I mean, I'm excited to see what his future is going to be like.
Jacob, who are you here with? Feel like you have an announcement? No?
This is my fiance, Brooklyn.
Congratulations. That happened very recently, correct?
Yep, 2 weeks ago I asked her to be my wife, and thankfully she said yes, so that would have been really embarrassing.
Jacob, what's it like being back in Sherman? I know you mentioned just seeing all the old friends. Just, you had a good end of the summer here last year, one of the top Shadowcats pitchers, and now a good friend. What's it like being back here?
It's really nice to be back. I mean, it's good seeing places that you come from. I mean, I got an opportunity to come here after having a bad year at Manhattan my first year, and got to, figure out how to pitch again. I mean, I wasn't doing a very good job, and came here and did really good, and was really happy with it, and ended up having a really good year at Manhattan this year, and finished my senior year, and hopefully going to the MLB Draft League here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how this past year went at Manhattan, and then also how your next steps, as you mentioned, going to the Draft League.
So this year at Manhattan, it was really, really good. I mean, I went from having like a 20-something ERA last year to having below a 60 this year. Ended up with over 20 innings, came out of the pen quite a bit for our school. Velocity was a lot higher, sitting 89, 90, top of 91. Got to pitch against Houston and Puerto Rico. That was probably one of my big highlights there. Got my first Division I win whenever I was playing there. Not in Puerto Rico, but at Manhattan.
And we're back underway here in Sherman, Texas. First pitch fouled off by the new batter, Ryan Beatty.
Yeah, and then this year, now that summer's underway, I'm helping train over at a place called Atlas Sports. I'm helping coach the college and high school kids, and then while doing that, I get to train to go and leave for the MLB Draft League here in about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. I haven't really gotten the call yet, but that's the goal.
That 0-1 is in for strike count 2-0. 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Down on strikes.
Still here with Jacob Smoot. Jacob just joined the show. This is a rough one. 21-6, the Shadowcats trailing Abilene. You know, we talked a lot last year. These two teams definitely no love lost, and
New batter Ian McCracken.
definitely seems that way so far this year. But Abilene's bested the Shadowcats. What was it like playing in this rivalry a year ago?
I mean, I got here a couple days before the second half started, and that was right after we had I think it was like a 20-run win against them or something like that. And then the next day, you know, they came back and they kicked us in the teeth and beat us by probably about 15 runs. So it's kind of back and forth.
First pitch in for a strike. Second, chopper foul. Count now 0-2 for Phipps, the pitcher.
But one of the things I remember the most was whenever I went to Abilene, I got to come out of the pen in, like, I think it was the 8th inning, and ended up throwing 4 scoreless for us to get the win in extra innings, and that was a lot of fun. And then
Yeah, I remember that game.
and then getting a pitch against them in the playoffs too. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I was used to being a 1 or 2 inning guy, and then now they're
Phipps steals low.
Coach Johnson was extending me.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's your game. You got it.
Still keep in touch with manager Chris Johnson?
I do. I talked to him a couple days ago. He's going. I think he's scouting for the Phillies right now.
Oh, really?
1-2 the count to McCracken. Got his first hit of the ball game earlier. This one a chopper to third. Oh, bouncing off the lip. The shortstop fields and throws. An impressive job from Meza, the shortstop, just to get the ball to first. But McCracken reaches, and so it's a 1-out single for the Shadowcats. Still trailing here 21-6.
Jacob, still here on the show. Just overall, describe your time, your full time in Sherman, and just, you know, anyone who would potentially want to come out here, watch a game in Sherman. Just what's it like having the crowd behind you?
It's a great environment. I mean, look, we're here on is it Thursday,
The new batter, Babcock, fouls first pitch.
and there's people here that are even in a 21-6 game. There's still people here in the stands. Like, there's people who truly care. Like, one of the people I stay in touch with, Kevin, he's one of the housing coordinators. He actually flew out to Puerto Rico to come watch me play.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
that was really cool.
That's been a fun trip for him, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's Puerto Rico. And then Gina, my host mom, was so welcoming. I mean, I called her to say, hey, we're on our way, and she's all excited to see me in Brooklyn. I mean, had a lot of fun.
Well, Jacob, we don't want to keep you too long, and we appreciate you joining the show. So
No problem. I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and thanks for being such a great friend and friend of the broadcast. So we appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you, Josh.
The 0-2 home. Oh, inside and hit him. A free base for the third baseman, Babcock. So McCracken now on second, Babcock to first, and Samuelson. Little Sherman Shohei. Samuelson has been a pretty electric pitcher and hitter for the Shadowcats. And now joining the broadcast, our very own social media producer and first pitch thrower outer. Samuelson fouls off the first pitch he sees, 0-1.
Cindy, how we doing?
So great. How are y'all?
How did it feel to throw out the first pitch today?
Man, I was excited. I was nervous too, I'm not going to lie, but great experience. And, you know, could have thrown it a little harder, a little farther, but, you know, hey, memories were made.
That's what we like to hear out of Miss Red River.
Yes, sir. Red River.
So walk us through that process. It's the 0-1 home. Runner goes. The throw down to third. Not in time. They say Babcock beat out the tag. So first and third, McCracken on first, Babcock on third.
So what was the So first off, just your emotions being able to throw out the first pitch today. How excited were you? You know, we got to throw a little bit earlier today to practice. Was that like something that you were just like pumped up for? Like what was that like?
I was. I had done a first pitch last year with my title, Miss Plano, at a Rough Riders game. And just growing up, both my parents being involved in the baseball world, fallen in love with the game and the environment. And so it was an honor to throw out the first pitch. And that's honestly how my journey to land a spot on the media team here got started. I got connected with Andrea through the first pitch, and then, you know, just wanted to get involved more. And so it's just been an exciting journey since then. And so, you know, tonight was the night.
1-2. Home to Samuelson. That one. Line to second. A flip. That's one. Here's the chance for two.
Ooh.
A double play to end the inning. So we'll stick around, though, through the break, still chatting with Sydney as we go forward. We'll stop for some station identification. You're listening to the Jake Shockley State Farm Radio Network, and you're watching on TCL TV if you still are. The 7th inning was brought to you by Dr. Pepper, and the 8th inning has been brought to you by the Grand Slam Grill. Grand Slam Grill, ballpark food done right.
So you're Miss Red River, and part of the reason why you threw out the first pitch. Just walk us through that process. What's it like? And you said you were Miss Plano, correct? Is that what it was?
So I compete in the Miss America system, and next week I'll actually compete for the title of Miss Texas. It's a week-long event with 3 preliminaries and then a finals night and some events and rehearsals in between. So last year my local title was Miss Plano. I competed at Miss Texas last year, and then this will actually be my 3rd year back at Miss Texas. And so I'm just super excited to be back representing an area that's so special to me. I go to school in Durant, Oklahoma. And I'm super involved in the Sherman area, and so having that title, Miss Red River, is really close to my heart and really represents the area that I'm most involved in.
What's it been like being here in Sherman so far? You know, you've gotten a good opportunity to do some social media. I know Will and I have been pestering you as we've been on our road trips and everything.
Oh my goodness.
What's it been like so far on the social media side?
It's been such a joy. I mean, I'm not even like a sports management or media major, but I am a marketing minor. I'm with an aviation major, and so finding something through my minor that I can really just get involved with and fall in love with, it's been such a joy to be in the sports world, and I really do think it's something that I also want to pursue, and so it's been a blessing that y'all have taken me in and just been such a family and given me the opportunity to get involved in the media world with the Shadowcats.
We go to the 9th inning, Shadowcats trailing 21-6. Talking alongside Will Clifford, I'm Josh Rashinoff, talking with our social media manager, Sydney, joining the show, and also Miss Red River. Threw out the first pitch today. First pitch into Davis Rivers, misses inside from Patrick Zano. Still on the mound, the position player.
So, Sydney, what's next in this Miss Red River pageantry process for you?
Yeah, so
runs inside and hits Rivers.
I will check into Miss Texas week, next Saturday, and then 51 girls, or I guess 50, will compete for the title of Miss Texas. Only one crown, only one Miss Texas will walk away and go to compete at Miss America. But the Miss America organization is the leading provider of scholarships for women in the nation, and so it's incredibly valuable with being an aviation major to have that help me offset the cost of school. And so there's 5 different phases of competition, and it's super well-rounded competition, and so I'm super excited, ready for it to get here.
First pitch misses away to Mace, and the count is 1-0. You know, you mentioned part of your little spiel that you're an aviation major.
Yeah.
The 1-0 misses high. You've talked to us before. You are a commercial licensed flight pilot. Is that true?
Yeah. So I passed my commercial check ride about 3 weeks ago, and then now I've started flight instructor training. So everything's right seat now, a whole different world, but it's been so exciting. And yeah, I want to be a commercial airline pilot, so excited to finally be on that journey.
2-0 is in the zone, counts 2-1. So we were joking around about this when we were in San Antonio. The 2-1 misses away, counts 3-1. Theoretically, a couple of road trips coming up for the Shadowcats.
Right.
One in Victoria, Texas, which is quite a far drive.
Very far.
The 3-1 hit into shallow center field. It's a base hit. Rivers moves up to second.
And you know it would make it a much shorter trip.
You know it would make it much of a shorter trip, at least for us, the broadcasters. I know it's tough whenever you got 30 guys on a roster asking for a plane ride. How about your 2 broadcasters? How would you like to fly us down?
All right, hey, if y'all got it in the budget and rent the plane, you know a gal.
You can't give us a discount?
I don't know about that.
Do you fly? Is it just planes, like helicopters too, or?
No, I actually have no interest in helicopters. They kind of scare me.
I'm afraid of helicopters.
Right?
Never been in one.
No.
I've seen Jerry Jones's quite a few times.
Give me a Cessna 150 any day. Those are like the golf carts in the sky, but no helicopters.
I'm gonna act like I know what you just said.
Right? Research it after. Google it.
I know Boeing 737. I was on that yesterday.
I've been in a helicopter once, I think. I feel like I have, and I can't.
How do you not remember that? As the 0-1 fouled off, counts 0-2.
I had to block it out. It was scary, I guess.
Well, it wasn't
I feel like that'd be something you would at least remember.
Gosh, I don't remember if I was or wasn't. I'd have to check. My sister remembers everything about my life. Here's just a little piece for everybody at home wondering what goes on in Will Clifford's brain. I don't remember anything. Josie, my younger sister, remembers everything, even things that happened before she was born, and she's like, "No, this is what happened."
0-2 slapped in the air down the right field line. Going back is Falba. She looks up. It's gone. The Flying Bison keep on pouring it on, even here in the top of the 9th inning. It's a 3-run shot for Trey Smith. And the Flying Bison up 24-6 here in the top of the 9th inning.
So, so Josie remembers everything about my life.
So,
that's like that.
who cares about the game? No, we still got Sydney here on the
That's what
broadcast.
matters.
Exactly. So you don't remember if you've been in a helicopter or not? That's where we're at.
I don't remember. I'd have to text my sister.
And you've never tried to fly a helicopter before? No.
Haven't,
It just seems so
haven't dabbled in the helicopter.
things just seem to go wrong in helicopters, right? That's like I feel like TikTok is where I guess I learn things these days. But I remember it's like an army pilot being like, "You have no idea how dangerous helicopters actually are," and I'm like, "I don't."
And I believe them.
But you just mentioned that they're the golf carts of the air. Like, is that true? As the count here is 1-1.
Have you ever crashed a golf cart?
Yeah,
So
I have
no.
actually.
Me too.
I have.
Oh,
I crashed
dear.
into a tree one
Oh.
time.
Oh no.
The count to Keller Rivers is 1-2 after the foul ball.
This will be a test to see if my parents are listening. I flipped a golf cart on the golf course one time. We'll see.
Oh, man.
We'll see if they're listening.
I haven't done
Text from
that.
Mom.
I haven't done that. There was one time I was playing. I forgot what happened, but I ran into a tree.
Dear. I feel like these are such male activities. Like I just drive a golf cart civilly.
I was 10 years old, which
Right,
I guess I
right.
should
That makes it better. That makes it
If you're
better.
flying a
I was 10
helicopter-
years old too once.
Wow. I remember my
The,
first.
the 2-2 is hit on the ground to second. And Trout guns down Rivers, and there's finally one out here in the 9th. So you fly planes, and you're trying to be a commercial pilot. So how does that process work? We kind of talked about you being in the Miss America system, so we talked about
Yeah.
that. Now on to flying planes.
All right.
You got your commercial license. How'd you acquire that?
Yeah, so let's break it down. So I chose to go the college route. So my freshman year got my private license. Sophomore year got my instrument rating.
And you're at Southeastern Oklahoma.
Southeastern
right? And
Oklahoma
is that
State.
known for like having a flight school as
They
the
are.
1-0 roll on the ground is short, and the
They're-
throw to first can't be dug out by Ford.
Southeastern's actually the second oldest aviation program in the
Really?
nation behind Purdue. I know,
Wow.
it's so hidden.
I actually had a friend who went to aviation school at Purdue.
Purdue, yeah, it's
And I have
very
some who
prestigious.
go at Arizona State too. I heard that's
Both
also
great
one.
programs. There's lots now. Oh, we lost the little stand. It's okay. We'll keep going. But yeah, so now got my commercial license, working on flight instructor, and then I will get my instrument instructor, and then multi-engine, and build hours through flight instruction. Hopefully at Southeastern, please hire me.
Shameless plug. Mesa
Right,
at
I love you,
first.
SE.
An EFIS.
Zeno just coming home, and he balked, didn't come all the way set, so
Oh,
there goes the EFIS, and still got the technicalities here, Will. You have to call it, right?
I suppose so. I don't know. You're down. Now they're down 18 runs. So,
Way to go.
Three.
Quick math there.
yeah, well, the 18 is either if you go for 2 3 times, you don't get it. This is a football score. I expect this out of my Dallas
two
Cowboys.
touchdowns and a field goal.
I expect this out of the Cowboys.
Sydney, you want to try some play-by-play? You ever done some play-by-play
Oh,
before?
I have not dabbled in play-by-play,
No?
and I feel like we should not
Berkeley's sitting.
start
I think
today.
Berkeley's lurking. I think Berkeley knows that there's an opportunity
Is
for
our
some
play-by-play
play-by-play.
girl.
Berkeley, you want some?
Yes, girl.
You want to try some? Here, come take Mike 4 here. Sydney, you can stay on too. We'll make this.
Can we have a Sydney
Sweet.
Berkeley
What
booth?
oh yeah.
Sydney-
Should we give it a go?
Sydney
Why not?
commentary.
All right, so the count's 2-2. To catch you up to speed, Patrick Zano's on the mound.
Okay.
Oh, come on. We got a fly ball right
Gonna
here.
fly ball out to center. It looks like that's gonna be caught shallow, and runner's gonna tag to third, and looks like he's gonna beat that throw.
We're tagging?
She did so good on that.
We're tagging in an 18-run game?
That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Every run matters, Berkeley. What do we think?
Well, 18 runs still doesn't mean you can't go by the rules of the game.
Fair enough. Hey, you can always come back. I said it earlier. If the Knicks could come back down 29 yesterday, why can't the Shadowcats come back down?
I'm rolling my
You know it.
eyes right. My mom said if I roll my eyes too many times, I get stuck in the back of my head. And
Keep it going, Berkeley.
Well, I think they're stuck.
they're getting there. They're certainly getting there. Gosh. Stick around, though, after the game for our Joe Brown Law postgame show.
0-1 count. Pitch is a swing and a foul ball out of play just up in the stands behind the first base dugout. Good thing crowd is cleared out a little bit over there.
Berkeley bringing us some play-by-play coverage. Sydney, we know you're very busy, so if you have to run, feel
Thank
free.
you all for having
Thank you so
me.
much for joining the
Such
show and
joy,
telling us a
always
little
the
about
best.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Our first pitch thrower for today, so
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
joining the show.
Go
Thank you.
Cats.
That's Sydney, our social media manager, joining the show. As there's 2 gone here in the top of the 9th. Berkeley's still bringing us some play-by-play coverage.
That comes in for strike 3. Zano showing him emotion, getting off the mound. I think this is where that comeback's gonna come. You ever witnessed an 18-run comeback in baseball?
No, ma'am.
The Shadowcats are about to try and do just that. As the Shadowcats down 24-6. Last licks coming up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll take a quick step aside. Shadowcats trailing 18. You're watching Texas Collegiate League Television baseball on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and listening on the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network.
Hey Sherman fans, I'm Adam Sonero, the in-house voice of the Sherman Shadowcats at Veterans Field. Next Friday, the Shadowcats welcome in-state rival Abilene Flying Bison to the vet. Stick around after the game for a post-game fireworks show presented by Abel Alleman Roofing. Get your tickets online now at ShermanShadowcats.com.
I'm prepping for those games.
So can you hear me right now? I'm on talk back. Okay. Bottom of the 9th. Shadowcats needing an 18-run comeback here on the Texas Collegiate League Television Network and the Jake Shockley State Farm Shadowcats Audio Network. It's been a long game, and the Shadowcats trying to get this one back to at least somewhat of a respectable score. First pitch to Mason Priest, swung on, fouled off.
Got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go. Joined by Will Clifford, Berkeley Sizemore here on the show. Berkeley is going to give us some play-by-play coverage here in the bottom of the 9th inning as the Shadowcats trying to get a comeback.
It's been a long game, but hoping for an even bottom, longer bottom of the 9th inning.
Really?
That pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 1 in this count.
You're definitely hoping for that.
Listen, I've watched Texas Tech softball come back 8 runs on 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Why not us?
Why not us? That is lined hard to the shortstop, recover.
Oh!
But the throw not in time and over the head of the first baseman.
Out of play.
That was a nice stop by Meza to...
And
I just stopped that.
this is not the
And then
first
it's
time.
just he just sailed the throw.
So Meza has done that a couple times now where he's out there and fields a ball impressively and then just hooks it as hard as he can over to first. And it's admittedly the first time was to the first baseman. I was shocked.
I mean,
that one a little less shocking, but
that ball hit just as hard, but recovered for out number 1 at first.
stick around after the game for the Joe Brown Law postgame show. We'll break down all the action of this 24-6 Sherman session.
I've heard of a 2-out rally, but maybe the Shadowcats
You're
can
gonna have
get it
to
going
start
on a
little
1-out
bit-
rally.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start a little bit sooner than 2 outs if you want to come back 18 runs.
Oh, I think
What's the biggest comeback in Major League history? Let's check that.
Another one hit right to Mesa at short. And here comes that 2-out rally.
Yeah. Let's see. So Shadowcats down to their last out. Comes at the hands of Easton Ford.
Hey, Easton Ford looks like he's had a great night. Maybe the comeback starts with him.
So Shadowcats trying to the largest comeback in Major League history.
First pitch for a strike to Ford.
August 5th, 2001. This is according to Google AI.
And this is Major League?
I
This is
love
Major
me
Leagues.
some Google AI.
August 5th, 2001. The then Cleveland Indians rallied from a 12-run deficit to defeat the Seattle Mariners.
Comes in for ball number 1.
15-14 in 11 innings, overcoming a 14-2 deficit in the 7th inning.
Hey, you know what? This could be history right here, guys.
Last
we could be
year-
watching it happen.
If the Knicks can do it, if Bam can score
that
83, Sherman
ball is
can extend our evening.
High into the air.
So last year, as it's a 1-2 count to forward, last year the Shadowcats had an 18-run inning against the Flying Bison. That came in the 2nd inning of the first game against the Flying Bison of the season. So I guess anything's possible.
That ball high. Even count at 2-2. Looks like there might still be some hope in this count, down to the last strike.
Easton Ford has had a good game. A couple of hits earlier today.
Having some fun here in the booth.
Now a full count with a runner on third still. This could be a second base runner for the Shadowcats to get some momentum going in the dugout.
You talk about momentum. This is where the rally starts.
Yeah, that ball absolutely lined foul.
Full count.
Need him to straighten that one out.
Third base coach Isaac Davila is hitting a pose out at third base.
He is absolutely stanced up down there.
We'll have to be sure to clip this part of the broadcast and send it to him. Make sure he knows that we're acknowledging him.
He loves some Isaac, former interim manager Isaac Davila.
Ball 4 puts the second base runner on for the Cats this inning.
And the tying run
is only 15 batters away.
Well, you know what? That's 2 closer than we were at the start of this inning.
Yeah, why not?
Good point. Good point. The Texas Tech truist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Berkeley, what's Lubbock like?
Well, you know, as I just watched
Berkeley,
strike
You
one,
always know it's good whenever the sentence starts with, well.
Do I want to visit Lubbock?
I think everybody should visit Lubbock at least
Really?
once in their life. I do. I think Lubbock is a lot of what you make it.
So it's a one and done thing.
It could be one and done, or, you know, if you're like me, you could go a few times throughout your childhood and decide, I really want to live here for 4 years.
Well, going to school
Cole
there
Carnes,
is a
the pinch hitter,
different
by the
beast.
way.
Yeah.
Going to school is a different beast, I will say.
A lot of times I tell people I wish I could pick Texas Tech up and drop it in Dallas.
Woo! Hot shot to second.
But
Beatty fields it, throws to first, and that'll do it.
That's out number 3, folks.
Shadowcats fall 24-6 as the Flying Bison extend their win streak over the Shadowcats 3 straight games, and this one was over a long time ago. Flying Bison take this one 24-6. Berkeley, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you, guys. It was a fun 9th inning.
Yeah. Berkeley Sizemore joining the show. We still got some more coverage as we'll roll right into our Joe Brown Law postgame show. We'll keep it brief. Josh Rajanov alongside Will Clifford. Will, brutal. Just absolutely brutal for the Shadowcats.
Keeping the coverage rolling here, a unfortunate loss for the Shadowcats, dropping now 3 straight, and all 3 straight to Abilene, coming off of a 3-day break, and has done Sherman no favors. They lost the 2 on the road by 1 run. This, Josh, was not a 1-run game.
No.
We thought we were in for a treat of a ball game early on,
It started out that way.
and then Abilene went wild.
Yeah, they did. Our scoreboard operator very quick to turn off the scoreboard here in the stadium. That was tough. That's just a tough one there, and especially those 4th and 5th innings. 12 runs combined in those 2 innings, and the Flying Bison just get it done. Will, that was a beatdown, and I think that's one you can't really analyze it. You just got to flush it and move on. Player of the game?
Player of the game.
Let's come. All right, what do we got here? So, I mean, Trace Smith, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, had a home run. Briggs Rowe, 2 for 4, 5 RBIs. I mean, you could go down the line. Phoenix Meza, 3 for 6, 4 RBIs. Davis Rivers,
I think I'd give it to.
2 for 6, 4
I'd give it-
RBIs.
I think I'd give it to
I
Trey
think
Smith.
Briggs Rowe.
I'm gonna go Trey Smith.
I think Briggs Rowe, he's got 5 RBIs. Trey Smith.
Yeah, but there were also 19 other runs scored. That wasn't the difference.
All right. whatever. All right, Buffalo Wild. We'll do a split Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game. Why not? Because we can. My Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game goes to Briggs Rowe. He obviously had that big home run in the second inning, a 2-run shot that would eventually gave the Shadowcats a lead, or excuse me, the Flying Bison a lead.
You know what?
I don't
trade with you. He's my Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game.
Trey Smith? Or are you going?
Briggs Rowe, the third baseman, Briggs Rowe. 2 runs on 2 hits, 5 RBIs, like you said, and of course the dong and a walk. Productive day, and Abilene also, their leadoff batters went 6 for 9 today. So
yeah,
just absolutely brutal. So yes, he's our Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game, batting second, but just the table seemed to be set every single inning, and it was relentless.
So the Shadowcats fall in this one. Will, any last words as we get out of here on this late Thursday evening?
Tomorrow is a new day. You can't get hung up on the losses. It doesn't matter if you lose by 1 or by 50. A loss is a loss. There's no run differential here in baseball. Only run differential in the World Cup, which will be going on air during the United States' first match tomorrow.
Someone's salty.
I love baseball and I love soccer, but my heart is here in Sherman. No place I'd rather be, and we'll be back tomorrow night.
The Shadowcats fall in this one 24-6 as we go through our final lines. For the Flying Bison, 24 runs on 17 hits and 3 errors. For the Sherman Shadowcats, 6 runs on 9 hits and 6 errors. It was a rough day in the field for the Shadowcats. The winning pitcher in today's game for the Flying Bison, Brady Trombello, and the losing pitcher for the Sherman Shadowcats today is John Langhenig. No save, as it was not a save situation late. Shadowcats fall in this one 24-6. We'll be right back here tomorrow as the Shadowcats aim for revenge on the Abilene Flying Bison. First pitch is at 7:05. Be sure to join the Resco Welding pregame show at 6:45. That'll do it for us here in Sherman. For our statistician, John Ramirez, and for our producer and engineer, Sam Johnson, and for Will Clifford sitting to my left, I'm Josh Rajanov. Shadowcats fall 24-6, and we'll say until tomorrow, so long, everybody.